I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG Podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to episode 10
Stu
of
the Janitor made
Stu
a
the Janitor.
wonderful
Hey.
cameo. Yay!
Perfect. Hi, welcome to Carefree High episode 10, a Monsterhearts 2 actual play, powered by the Apocalypse here on Happy Jack's RPG podcast and actual play community.
Wow, that was really long.
Right?
You got in all of the words.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. I am Adam, slayer of vocabulary, victor of grammar. I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
We know.
Yeah. Well, you should have been victor of voluptuousness because I always introduce you as being
true.
the voluptuous
I am
Adam.
Victor of voluptuousness. The voluptuous Adam, your co-GM, and in the lead seat today. My other co-GM is the lovely Mac.
Yeah, which doesn't have nice alliteration to it as victor of voluptuousness.
The magnificent Mac.
Ooh.
The Macnificent.
Cool.
The Machinator.
Yes.
I do have a lot of machinations, so.
The masticating Mac.
Well, I will be soon. I've got pie.
There is pie.
And why is there pie?
Why is there pie?
I have no idea. I just figure it's a day for pie.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful day.
It's Monday pie.
It is Monday pie. It is also pre-Mac's birthday pie. Mac's birthday tomorrow. She's the best.
You're older than
We have
me.
key lime pie because key lime pie is green, and that's...
And it's delicious, and I really like key lime pie.
Yes. And we have broken black balloons.
Yeah, like my soul.
Yep.
I was also just thinking it's appropriate for Monsterhearts too, because it'd be
right.
like broken condoms and all that. Everything's the worst. Oh, I'm also playing a character in this.
Yes, you are. What character are you
I
playing,
am
Mac?
playing Lila Driscoll, who is a werewolf.
Yes.
It's not autobiographical at all.
Nope.
Since you're playing a swearwolf.
Werewolves, not swearwolves.
Nice. And here we have...
Oh, hi. I'm Joey, and I am playing Oliver Thorne, the queen. At least I think he's still a queen.
Something like
we will
that.
find out. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And producing for us tonight...
Yes, is DJ Tappy, who's never happy.
A little
Right.
sappy.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say that, but I had key lime pie in my mouth.
Oh, see?
You got to keep your mouth a flappy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm...
That was a really
That was
crappy.
really cramped. No, we're even.
All right. Yes. And I am playing Rose Lee, the Infernal.
Yes. And unfortunately, we do not have our lovely Gina with us tonight. So
We miss you, Gina.
Yes, hope everything's okay, Gina. Gina's out of town with the family, but she will be back next time.
And what character are you playing?
And I, Adam, am also playing Max Franklin, the hollow boy of a dozen boys. Yeah. Sorry.
A dozen and one.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Me, I'm good word
I was
things
just-
tonight.
No, a lot of things are happening in my brain right now, and
Right.
none of them are good to say on a stream.
No.
Right,
That's
because
not
we're
people
so
before.
reserved.
No, it's just like, it wasn't even that. It was just kind of like this horrible, like, it's like the train full of dynamite going off the tracks
Yeah.
that I described during the last game.
Yeah.
It's just like, why are those words sentences in brain?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's boy chum.
Well, no, actually, I was thinking like 1001.
Oh, wow. Thinking that?
I'm out.
You weren't thinking like a blender?
No, but that's better than what I was thinking, because my brain went to like 1001 Arabian
chum,
Nights, and
chum.
then I was like, but that's really weird, and like, but he's not made out of Arabian boys, and it was just like, what?
Yeah, what?
Like, that's where my brain was just like,
Right, yeah.
like, I got pie, I'm flustered, there's broken
Right.
black balloons everywhere, I don't have anything left right now except being potentially a little flushed because I don't do well with celebrations for myself. That's really attractive.
Thanks. I love blowing on
Please
broken
don't roll to
barrels.
turn me on with that, though, because that was really awkward.
Yeah, right.
I don't need to
Noted.
flirt. I
That
will
is
seduce
the-
you with my awkwardness.
Right, yeah. Yeah, get embarrassed and act awkward before the turning you on roll? That's a little weird. Anyway, that is the last we will mention of our amazing celebration tonight. It is over.
Right. We don't celebrate
Nobody...
things on Carefree High.
Nope, there's no more celebration.
Yeah.
Although I would like a fork for my pie at some point if somebody gets a chance.
did I fail that? I
Oh,
totally failed that.
Tabby's way over there. I'm sorry, Tabby. Because I want to eat this delicious key lime pie.
Just use your face.
I know.
Apply directly to face.
Yes, yeah.
See that?
I also
Falling
brought some
apart.
wine with somebody's mugshot on
Oh.
it because I thought that would be.
I never drink red wine,
Oh, okay.
but that's okay. Everybody else can drink red
Okay.
There is some whiskey in that paper bag if you'd like some.
Ah, that sounds better.
Christ.
Yeah, hobo whiskey.
Hobo whiskey.
No, it's my emergency whiskey.
wine. So hobo whiskey.
That'd be homo whiskey.
I love you.
Oh,
Right.
thank you so much. That's amazing.
Right. All right. So,
I did a really
I
crappy job on
believe
this.
Joey has a recap for
I
us,
do.
Are you ready?
which is a great chance to
Yes,
eat
I am.
pie.
Yeah, go ahead and eat your pie while I get through this recap. It'll take
Right.
a long time to do it, so you have a chance to chew.
Well, let me play you in.
Do it.
Previously on Carefree High.
Good every time. Tori and her pack were hanging out down the street at Red's house, trying to ignore the hormonal typhoon happening at Ivy's that could only be caused by Tori's new pet, Lila. Tori decided to go check it out and came upon the Bacchanal barbecue just as Robert, the teenage witch/virgin, began the ritual to ensnare the evil spirit by carving into Rose's back. The force of the spell knocked Ivy and Max off their feet and unconscious. Seeing Robert hurting Rose and the sense of blood in the air was too much for Lila, and she transformed into a werewolf in front of Rose, Robert, and Oliver, completely under the thrall of her baser animal instincts. Tori rushed in to try to keep Lila from frenzying on everyone, but Lila landed on top of Rose and tore into her back, tearing into the pentagram Robert was carving, causing the pentagram to turn black and the claw marks to begin to glow an eerie blue. Realizing she had hurt Rose, Lila came back to her senses and took off into the desert. This whole scene was too much for Oliver, and he let out a blood-curdling scream and then proceeded to word vomit/actual vomit into the jacuzzi. Rose managed to come to enough to slap some sense back into Oliver, busting his lip. Surrounded by the hormone soup in the pool and all the fresh blood in the water / on Oliver's face, Tori made the mature decision to GT the FO before he pulled a Lila and took off into the desert after puppers. Unfortunately, Red got to her first. Tori attacked Red to protect Lila, clawing her across the face, leaving what is sure to be a nasty scar. Tori told Lila to get her shit together. Lila told her what they were trying to do, and they commiserated over the pheromonal shit show that was happening at the party. Lila managed to get herself together, almost. The LaCroix of werewolf. TM, Abria.
A hint of werewolf.
And Tori headed back to the party.
Yeah. I also liked a werewolf, but on low battery.
Yeah. Rose asked Oliver how bad her back looked. As Oliver started freaking out all over again, Rose heard the voice of Onska telling her she had the power to heal herself if she used the power only Onska can give her. Rose told Robert to take the candles away and told Robert that she needed him to help her stop the evil from ripping her apart and killing everyone here. Oliver was completely shocked at Oliver was completely
Nailed
shocked
it.
at what Rose was proposing, considering everything that was happening, but he got the feeling she was right after sensing the familiar chill of the man in white. And Oliver agreed. Oliver and Rose then got down and dirty. And in honor of that,
Oh, no.
What is happening right now?
I had to wear
Joey's
this shirt.
getting undressed.
Oh, yes.
For the-
Yes.
For those just listening, Joey has a t-shirt on that says, "I totally nailed that chick from the Boggards."
care to explain the history of that shirt, Tappy?
So this is a joke that went horribly, horribly awry. Basically, who was it who actually said it? They're going to hate me if I forget it, and I do. But it was like, yeah, but what's with the token chick? You know, these Poxy Boggers are great now, but what the fuck's up with the token chick? I'm like, what? It's like the drummer, the fucking chick drummer. And just busting up laughing because, of course, it's me with my long black hair. And so the joke became, like people come and say, oh, hey, where's that chick in the boggarts?
Oh my god.
Wow.
So it kind of became a thing. It's like, hey, you know what? We should put that on our shirt. And Stu and I, after rehearsal one time, was like, yeah, that's a great idea. It was not a great idea.
How many shirts do they sell, Taffy?
I don't know, like 2 out of 500.
I love this story because it's like it was my birthday, but then Christmas came early.
And so, well, and also, like, before that next season, I think, is when I quit. So I wasn't even in the band that the shirt was a joke for. So people were like,
Oh my
who the fuck's
God.
the chick in the boggarts? It's like, well, okay, there was this guy.
But that's also good too
nobody
because
cares.
it keeps them guessing.
Right? Yeah.
You're like
So-
looking at all these obvious dudes and it's like, but
So Stu
which?
found 2 of these shirts laying around in the garage. So he gave one to me, gave one to one of the other boggarts, new boggarts, and I just decided the day Oliver finally has sex with Rose,
Yes.
I was going to wear this shirt. So,
Oh my
ta-da.
god.
Wow.
This
That's
is
awesome.
magic.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
where were we? Okay. On the way back to the party, Lila felt her spiritual connection to Rose sever, and Tori tried to comfort her. Back at the puke koozie, Max awoke out of his stupor and made sure Ivy was okay. Then heard a familiar sound coming from Oliver. Coming. Looking outside, he saw Oliver and Rose in the throes of passion, Rose with tears in her eyes. As they continued the sexy times, Max noticed the deep gashes in Rose's back slowly beginning to heal. While incredibly intrigued, Max felt that if he stayed, the magics may reveal to those involved who he truly is, and he decided to run away. Right into Lila and Tori. Max told them that Rose was having sex with Oliver, but her wounds were healing. Lila started laying into Max or creeping on Rose again, when Tori told Lila to take a seat, but Lila wasn't having it, and put Tori in her place. And then went to find Rose. Max told Tori he didn't think Lila liked him much, and Tori told him he is just a lot to handle for people like them. You know, Jewish. Tori couldn't resist Max's doe-eyed look and told him she would help him keep his friends from killing each other.
Thanks.
Lila found Rose and Oliver right at the climax of their sex ritual, feeling white-hot rage, embarrassment, and completely crestfallen, but knew that Rose would only betray her like that if it were one in her. Jesus.
Boy, what's that seems to be going around tonight? This is going to be a very interesting episode of
all right.
Monster Hearts.
It's
Everybody
because-
is just kind
It's
of like,
because I haven't had a drink yet. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
yeah.
That's required.
This
Should
were
fix
100% necessary. She slowly backed out without being seen and slid against the wall around the corner out of sight. Meanwhile, Oliver, still mid-coitus with Rose, heard the familiar voice of the man in white. While Oliver tried to express his displeasure at being abandoned by his new friend while being publicly humiliated and in mortal peril, the man in white convinced him that he was showing Oliver just how much Oliver needed him. Oliver agreed and felt cold power rushing through his veins. When the spell finished, Rose climbed off Oliver and crawled away crying. Max and Tori arrived at the scene. Max wrapped Rose up in a nearby towel and comforted her. Tori and Oliver minced very few words before they wound up in the house, engaged in a sexual ritual of their own. Tori found it great, but strangely cold. Max convinced Rose to go over and talk to the crying Lila. Max tried to help facilitate the conversation since he is so good at talking to people.
I'm really good at it.
But after he asked if Lila really turned into a wolf and received a veiled threat that they both had secrets they would prefer to remain unknown, and he took his leave. Rose tried to explain to Lila what happened, and Lila felt terrible for hurting Rose. Rose told her it doesn't matter what happens to her as long as Lila is safe, and Lila rebuked her and said that she cared what happened to Rose, which caused Rose to question if being a wolf had caused a permanent change in who Lila is. Lila told Rose she felt like a liability to Rose, and Rose, Jesus Christ, told her they would
worms,
find a way
Roxanne, worms.
to help her control herself. Rose and Lila went off in search of Rose's swimsuit. As the party finally started dying down, Oliver and Tori had a little heart-to-heart pillow talk, where he basically caught her up on what he and the gang had been up to, when all of a sudden, Oliver heard that little voice in the back of his head telling him that Tori could be competition. Oliver decided to throw some shade at her to keep her at arm's length. Tori hit him square in the ego, setting up a Cold War rivalry. As Ivy's parents pulled into the driveway, Robert was flipping through his books, trying to find out what happened when Lila and Rose approached him. They determined they had summoned the dark entity, but since the spell had gotten disrupted, he didn't know where it went. Rose told him to head home and they would talk later. Tori bounded down the stairs, taking some parting shots at Oliver's reputation, and bounced. Robert asked Rose to come back to his place so they could do more research, while Rose wanted to decline. Anska persuaded her to agree. Rose tried to get Lila to come too, but Lila was afraid of being a liability again and went home. While Oliver was getting dressed, he tried to start understanding everything that had been happening, but felt like he really didn't need to worry about this evil entity that was killing the popular kids. The man in white had his back. Also, the group's feeble attempt at summoning it to put a stop to it clearly didn't work, and they were all messing with forces they couldn't possibly comprehend. Oliver descended the stairs and told everyone it was time to leave in the most Oliver way possible. Get the fuck out. Party's over. When Rose told him she and Robert were going to do more research, the two of them began arguing about what they should do next, if anything. Oliver threw out the possibility that Rose tried to bring it there on purpose, and that she was in league with it. Tori, sensing Oliver's defensiveness, raced back into the house. Rose cast a hex on Oliver, causing him to start spewing insects outside his face holes.
Yay.
Including his tear ducts.
Yes, thank you for that.
So gross.
Crying bugs.
Oliver cried for mercy, and Rose called her off her spell. Oliver threw her and Robert out. Tori stopped Rose on her way out the door and threatened her to keep her toxicity to herself, or she'll rip Rose's throat out, and told Lila to keep her bitch on a leash.
Oh.
Max ran up to Oliver to make sure he was all right, and Oliver told him Rose cannot be trusted. Tori asked him what he could do to Rose, and Oliver assured the two of them that he had friends. On the drive home, Max told Oliver that he and Ivy think that they let this evil out of Brittany's party. Oliver expressed concern that Ivy was getting involved in this occult nonsense. Oliver put his foot down and told Max they needed to stop Ivy from getting more involved. They all needed to stop getting involved. Max reached out to Lisa to see if she could help, and she responded with an afterlife full of apathy and told him to read the fucking book. Max told Oliver they needed to go back to Ivy so they could go over the book and see what they missed, but Oliver shut him down, telling him they had done enough of that bullshit today and they could go over it tomorrow. Tori went back to her pack and began working on homework, reading Dante's Inferno. When she read the part about the deepest circle of hell being frozen, she was reminded of her time with Oliver. At Robert's house, he and Rose started going through his books. Anska convinced Rose that things would move more quickly if she moved more quickly. She put her arms around him from behind, pressing her body up against his. The energy of his arousal was enough to allow her to read the strange language of the spell he had been trying to cast, and they found a warning that if the summoning spell were not complete, the entity could be put into a vessel and transferred vessel to vessel. Post-credit scene. Oliver climbed to Ivy's window, and in order to protect her from herself and getting in deeper with this occult insanity, he took the copy of Inferno and stood over her, watching her sleep. So nothing happened last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing at all.
Very uneventful. Very, yeah. Whew.
Yeah, that
Nicely
was a
done.
really just a bummer episode.
Yeah.
Like nothing happening.
Yeah.
It was a dud, and I apologize to the
Yeah.
audience at home personally.
You know what?
Right,
Sometimes
yeah.
we need filler episodes.
Yeah, it was like we all just kind of sat around and stared at each other for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Boring.
I mean, at least it was filler with filler.
Oh, yeah.
If you
For
know
those
what
just
I
listening
mean.
at home, Mac made a sexual joke with her hands.
Filler damn near
Killed
killed
her.
her.
Okay.
All right. And so it begins.
So it begins, and
But does it?
yeah. Okay, so the party was a Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Accurate.
Okay. So I want to skip to Monday morning.
Ew,
Take
school.
that away from me. I'm going to keep playing with it all night.
All right.
Does anybody?
Oh, I hope that the people at home don't know what the context of that was.
You know. You all know.
This is why we have separate dice.
Yes.
If anybody wants to, feel free at any point to flashback or remind us of what happened to your characters on Sunday. But otherwise, we'll continue to Monday morning.
No, I think Oliver just would have taken the book and hid it in his room,
Yeah.
figuring out what to do with it next.
Okay. So it's hidden.
Well, Lila's probably hermiting in her home because she ruins everything.
Is she not answering phone calls?
She might answer a phone call, but because she doesn't have caller ID and doesn't know who it is.
Would she go to school on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking that they might probably talk. about that whole business alone before school.
I think it's more fun if it happens at school,
Okay.
where people can interrupt and overhear and contort.
And ruin
way more
literally
fun.
everything.
Right? Yes. Yeah.
Hooray?
I know. Right.
I believe the phrase you like to use is ruh-roh.
Right. I love the deflated balloon.
I know, but there was like a little piece of
I
balloon
know, right?
that just
Yeah.
kind of went bleh out of it. It just barfed up a smaller piece of balloon. It barfed
know.
up some
It's
of its
reproducing by
insides.
budding.
Right. Oh God. The balloon apocalypse.
It's a
is upon us.
molecule.
You rolled to turn it on.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, so Monday morning, homeroom. It's the second week of school. Sorry.
It wasn't that funny until you started laughing, and then it became really funny.
Right? It's yeah. 3 months later, we
It's
get
okay.
to the
We're
second
only a
week
few
of
days
story.
behind insert coin.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah. Excuse me. So, homeroom. The Monday after the big party, everyone spent Sunday doing their thing. Who is actually on time?
Oh, Lila's always on time. Even dealing with all of this will not break her of her. I have
Yeah.
to do good at school programming.
What's her physicality when she walks in?
She's definitely slouchier than usual. I mean, she's always kind of shrunk in on herself, but this feels even more so.
Yeah.
Because I also still have the condition unworthy.
Okay.
So going back to school after everything, I think that stuck with her throughout the whole weekend.
Okay. Yeah. What other conditions do you have?
That's the only one that's still there.
Okay. All right. What about Oliver?
Let's see. I've got intimidated, which I don't know if that's still there. Suggestible, which I think is probably still there. Scared. Rival. Ice cold.
These are all. I think you could get rid of scared.
Okay.
The intimidated.
That was
Who
from
is-
Lila.
Yeah, I feel like.
That might stick around though.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they
could
didn't
be.
really interact again after that.
Yeah,
and
you guys
it's
didn't have a
It's
resolution.
character specific.
True.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. Let's hold on to that
Okay. And
then.
then just rival and ice cold and suggestible.
Yeah. I kind of feel like suggestible could go away. I mean, you're still. I think you've kind of accepted the man in white. So, and I feel like you're going to kind of listen to him more than others.
Yeah,
You think?
I think
take
that's
that.
fair.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The suggestibility's already done its job.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Teehee.
Evil.
I love Mac's evil face. And Rose. What? Nice. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just needed to fan myself for a moment.
Rose, what kind of conditions do you have?
Rose has desperate, prey, unsettled, loyal, and one of us. I'm not so sure she has one of us anymore.
Yeah,
that depends.
you kind of broke that when when things went down and like you kind of exerted your authority.
Or when things didn't go down because there wasn't a follow-up for, what happened.
Teehee.
Womp womp.
Oh, wow.
Look, you guys already started this ball rolling. I'm just going along with
Right,
it,
yeah.
all right?
Balls are rolling.
Yeah.
Teehee.
It's going to be the rest of the night.
I think prey could probably go away.
Yeah, I think that was from Tori.
Yeah, that was a while ago, and even though Tori's like not your friend right now, like I don't think she thinks of you as prey. I think she thinks of you more as like
Trouble.
Yeah.
Well, plus,
Yeah.
she would have cooled down over a day as
Right,
well
yeah.
and gone back to, like, well, fuck it, whatever,
Yeah,
it's
fuck
just
it.
fine.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Because Tori's awesome.
We're chill wolves, not kill wolves.
Yeah. And is the loyal, was that towards Lila?
Yes.
I feel like that's probably still there,
Mm-hmm.
like forever. And what was the
Yeah.
second one?
Unsettled,
Oh yeah, and the first one is desperate.
desperate.
And
Yeah.
Unsettled was tied to Lila as well, actually, because that was from the interaction outside of the pool house.
Right.
Uh,
And she's probably still unsettled.
Probably. Hasn't
Yeah.
seen her all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and was busy like rubbing up awkwardly against Robert.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Desperate can probably go away too. That was a
Okay.
while ago.
Yeah.
I feel like if we forget what the moment was that caused the condition, it's probably resolved.
Do you have any left for Max?
Maxwell?
Oh yeah, exposed, smitten with Rose, excitable, one of us, unfaithful, and compliant.
I think a lot of those can go away.
Yeah.
I think Smitten with Rose is probably.
Yeah, after I made bugs come out of Oliver's
Yeah, that
eyes,
was a little-
probably not smitten anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Not so much the Smitten Kitten.
Yeah.
I think one of us is still.
Yeah, I think
So,
that can
yeah.
stay there. But
Needed. Yeah.
plus, I feel like, if Max has had a day away from everything,
Yeah.
Max sort of seems to reset a little bit too.
Yeah. I feel like the exposed thing is still like heavy on his mind. The worried about Lila
totally
and
fair.
Rose finding him out, or exposing his secret. So an unfaithful.
Just the one secret.
That was
just
to,
the one.
That was
Oh, that was to Ivy, right? Yeah. So
You guys really haven't talked about.
yeah, yeah,
We can couch that. For next
yeah.
time.
And then the compliant, I think, was about Oliver. Like,
Yeah, when I shut you down in the car.
yeah. So that one's definitely still going. Okay. All right.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way,
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Lila kind of shuffles her way in,
Yeah.
probably. Or,
yeah, I mean, like she doesn't even have like her backpack over her shoulder. She's just kind of holding it in her hands,
Yeah.
sort of just awkwardly walking in. And she goes. Normally, she would sit in the front of the class, but she actually goes and sits at the back.
Oh, next to Max.
Not directly next to Max, but
Yeah.
probably in the same vicinity.
Okay.
She's not going to actively go seek to sit next to
Yeah.
Max
Okay.
or anybody that she knows.
Yeah. Your enhanced senses kick in just briefly. You just get that shiver up your spine, and standing in the doorway of the classroom, just kind of glaring at you, is Red with a big gash.
She doesn't
over
even
her
go
face.
here. This isn't her homeroom.
She's just standing in the doorway, staring. Yeah.
She's collecting attendance.
Yeah. She goes to school there.
Yeah,
kid
but
there,
Homer-
right?
they're
yeah,
in
but not
different-
at home. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the fact she's shown up, that.
Yeah.
And I think Lila's going to look at her, but it's not even going to be aggressive. She's just going to look tired.
Yeah.
Like, do you really want to do this? I'm really fucking tired. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
Kind of, expression of like, if you really want to get into it, fine, but
Yeah.
it's really stupid.
You can pick up that low throat growl with your super hearing, and then she just kind of flips you off,
I roll my eyes.
and she walks away.
I roll my eyes and go back to staring at my desk.
Nice. Lila cannot give a fuck.
She doesn't have any left to
Right,
give.
yeah. What about Oliver?
I think Oliver shows up at the normal Oliver time, which is about 5 minutes after the bell.
Mm-hmm. Is he in social armor today?
Oh,
or-
absolutely in
yeah.
social armor, especially after what happened at the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is non-existent.
As you-
Persona non grata.
right, as you walk past the big blank space that is Rose.
Right.
Yeah.
The coldest shoulder.
Right, yeah. Is Rose on time as her past self, or is she a newfound Rose? A new bud?
Wow.
New rosebud.
What? I am terrible today. Worst GM ever.
Inaccurate.
Yeah. I think Rose is normally super on time, but I think she was also up super late worrying about a bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very possible that she slept in and is kind of running in a few minutes after the bell.
Okay. Does she notice Lila at the back immediately, or does she see that empty chair next to her? That
Oh, she sees the empty chair.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then looks around because Lila's never late. Sees her in back and kind of actually not kind of, dejectedly
Yeah.
goes over to the chair and then puts her backpack in Lila's chair to save it.
Oh, ow.
And Lila would have noticed Rose come in because if her senses are kicking into overdrive, she probably would like look up for a second and then go back to like, can I laser beam holes into this table with my eyes because I'm staring so intently at it.
I feel like it's kind of unintentional, but you're shutting her down.
Okay. So that is going to be a 7.
7. So choose one of the options, and then you'll get a condition from Rose in return.
Let's see. You don't have any more strings on Lila, do you?
I have no strings on Lila.
Okay, well, I'm going to take another one on Rose so I can just add to my collection, I guess. I have so many. I am the worst at actually using strings in this game.
Actually, most of us.
These
I
are.
just
We
fucking-
can all be better at using strings.
Yeah.
I just fucking couch them for like everything later.
Yeah,
Just waiting
yeah.
to just use all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I try to. It's hard to do because like influence and mask is kind of the same way. We like to talk out the those moments of convincing somebody that, to do something you want, and we forget to like do the mechanic. And like I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to convince you this thing, and completely forgetting that I can spin a string to represent that. But so try to keep an eye on that and try to help us remember. But yeah, so
So I get a condition back.
Yeah. What condition are you
I
giving?
don't know.
Cold-hearted?
Jilted.
Or,
I want something to do with like running away, because that's what she did all last session and does now. But I don't know exactly how to couch that.
coward?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
coward.
Cool, so I'm unworthy and a coward.
Oh, God.
This is going to go really well.
Yeah, when you have that showdown with Red.
Don't give him ideas.
Sorry.
Why are you working against me right now?
I'm just going to take a note real quick.
Son
just
of a
make that- you're all a little surprised when when Mrs. Jenkins does not walk in, and instead your biology teacher, Mr. Watkins, comes into homeroom.
At least it rhymes, so it'll be easy to.
Right?
go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Miss Jenkins.
Kittens.
Good morning, class. Mrs. Jenkins is not here today, so I'm going to be covering your homeroom. I want you all to take out your books, study, preferably biology, because most of you are doing crappy in my class. So, read, be quiet, don't talk. I haven't had my coffee yet. This is actually me just role-playing myself in class.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I was really confused for a second. I'm like, I thought he was doing a character, but I guess he's not. So
Yeah, it's just me in the morning.
I'm just like, wow, Adam just has a lot to unload today.
Right? Yeah. I have a headache. I don't want to be here. I'm tired.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Try not to suck any dicks on your way to the parking lot.
Hey, you get back here.
Yeah. I love you guys. Yeah. I have been asked to conduct some interviews for your counselor evaluations. School counselor did not want to come and made me do it. So I will be calling you up one at a time to ask you questions. Please just come up and answer the questions and then go back to your seat without talking. And remember that I don't want to hear any noise. Is that clear?
Well, he said he didn't want to hear any
No.
noise, so I'm not
Oh,
going to
yeah,
say
Oliver
anything.
just gives a blank look like,
Thank you. At least some of you can follow directions.
And what is Max doing during all of this?
Max kind of comes in and plops down quietly next to or near you because he also sits in the back row. He you see him come in and at the front door, and he kind of like looks longingly at Ivy as he comes in, and then like glances at Oliver, and then just walks back to his desk kind of quietly. And
when he looks at Oliver, Oliver's going to meet his gaze. Only time so far in class, look at Rose, then look back at Max, and just not shake his head.
Max does not understand. Oh no!
But he's compliant.
He
He's
is
compliant than one of us.
Yeah, so he's going to do the.
He is so confused right now, trying to figure out what you
Yeah,
want to do.
you told me and I forgot to fix it on that sheet because I'm a bad person.
I know, I'm being neurotic. It's
Please always be neurotic because I'm also neurotic.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any move for that. Yeah, Max does not understand what you're telling him to do, but he will gladly do it.
Great.
I think when Lila sees Max not sitting down with anybody else, the people he usually hangs out with, she's probably going to give him sort of like the cocked head look, like, the hell is happening with him now? Because it's like all of a sudden you seem to be on the outs.
Yeah. He looks a little scared, a little unnerved, as he like sees you looking, and kind of just sheepishly like slumps down in his chair and just kind of hangs his head.
She goes back to staring at her desk.
I know, right?
But it took a moment just to like.
So
Hell?
Yeah.
Rose is going to try a little experiment. And she's going to go behind her hand and say,
Ooh.
and look back.
And I think it's just going to be like looking up long enough to like acknowledge, like, have heard, and then look right back down at the desk.
Okay.
So there's
But also looks maybe a little irritated at that too. Like, oh shit, Rose has figured this out.
I need to talk to you.
It's kind of eye roll, like kind of just look like we're in class. This isn't going to happen.
Mr. Watkins calls up the first person, whoever's last name begins with A, and
Aaron.
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 Yeah. But, yeah. Tell me about Glee Club. Yeah, so that's happening.
You done messed up,
there's-
Aaron.
Can we talk at break?
And she kind of shrugs, like, fine, whatever.
We don't have to.
And she's like, the look that she's trying to convey is, I can hear you, and I can't fucking answer you, and this is really annoying because I'm tired of one-sided conversations in our relationship, because that's what it keeps being. But I'm not sure there's a look that conveys all of that, but she's sure as shit gonna try.
We'll meet in our secret place.
She kind
All
of
the
sighs and
rolling of
goes
the
back
eyes
to
ever.
she goes back to staring at her desk.
You might want to shut her down with the rolling of the eyes. I don't know.
I'm not gonna roll with those dice. Why are you giving me those dice?
Because they're fair.
Excuse
believe-
you?
Wow.
I believe
Can
he
I
just
go-
gave you a
I'm
condition.
like, can I shut you down in real life?
No, they're actually
Please.
fair. Like, that's what you call them, is they're fair dice. They have a little...
Yeah, you want to keep digging that hole deeper?
Oh no. Mac, make sure you don't grab that knife by the pie.
Don't give her ideas.
Are you taking things away now?
No,
What's
I'm
happening?
just going to eat that. Go ahead.
Oh no!
So that's a 10.
Oh shit!
And I got a negative on cold, so.
Oh, that is a lot of roll.
Let's see. What do I want? I think I'm going to take one for it on this situation because we're going to be having a conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Nice.
Okay, now I'm going to roll to shut Tappy down.
Automatic success.
Yeah! Nailed it.
Sorry.
First try.
Sorry. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to remember everybody's last names in the story. Yeah. Okay.
Mine's probably the earliest one.
Yeah, you would be the first one to come up. Yeah.
Because
Mine's
Driscoll.
more in the middle.
Yeah.
For
That was
Lee.
mine. Yeah, mine's after.
Yeah.
Mine's towards the end.
Yeah, you're towards the end. Yeah. Yeah. So a little bit goes by, and he calls out Lila Driscoll.
She's going to very quietly go up, and she's going to definitely give Rose some side eye as she goes by.
Yeah.
Gonna sneer.
Oh.
No.
Like right now, that's the thing. Oh, they smell amazing.
What are they? What's that shit?
They're rose gummies.
Oh my god!
Stop
it! Wow, I have to have one.
That's really good.
So, Lila,
Which is appropriate because she probably put some gummy bears in her mouth to go deal with this bullshit.
yeah. Please answer the following questions. Answer with the first answer that comes to your mind. Please answer truthfully and honestly. This will not be used against you in any way. Blah, blah, blah. There's a whole thing here.
You haven't asked me a question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's see. All right, question number 1. When was the last time you were happy?
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
I'm like, now I'm thinking like character thing. I'm like, now I'm all in my own actual head. Green?
Have you ever had thoughts of self-harm?
No. Her face definitely like twitches just a little bit.
So GM question out of character, is that honest?
No.
Or is that was a lie, right?
Yeah.
Super lie.
No, that was totally a lie. She fucking burned herself to like not go into
right,
overdrive
yeah.
with hormones.
I was going to say you're a character at this table and not Oliver. Of course it was a lie.
I can't help. I have a sense of self-preservation.
Right? Yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
Like what?
No, the shirt is see-through.
No.
No, hoisted by my own petard.
Would you describe your current mood as sad, indifferent, angry, happy, or ecstatic?
Are those the only options?
Yes.
Sad? Because it's Monday? Which I think you probably are sad about too.
No. Okay, that's better. I thought I was going to have some sort of intervention or care or something.
I love our biology teachers.
No. he asks you a few more questions. They're all kind of like those like generic psychology test kind of situation questions. But I want you to gaze into the abyss.
Okay. This will be the roll that sucks. It's a 7.
7 on the dice, and
Yeah.
no.
Well, no, I actually bumped up my dark stat, so it's just nil.
Oh, okay. Woohoo! Good job. Yay.
I make decisions.
As he's asking the questions, you feel like there's a sort of rhythm, and there's a sort of it's almost like a howl. You know, like when Tori howls, like there's communication behind it. But this isn't like howling, it's just, I mean, you hear what he's saying, but there's almost this kind of undertone to it all that both unnerves you and confuses you.
Can I ask a question? Is his... Because I assume definitely Lila takes biology, and I think that's a class she probably enjoys, and that's probably one of her very, very favorite.
Yeah.
Is his behavior conducive to how he usually is when he's teaching his biology class?
The grumpiness is pretty normal. He's usually a little more engaged.
Yeah.
This is much more detached, which, you know, maybe it's because he's just like in homeroom instead of talking about the thing he actually enjoys teaching.
But it does seem like he's off, potentially?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be a little off. And that's all the questions. You're free to go back to your desk.
Okay. And she gets up and heads back to the...
Lila,
Yeah?
good job on your last lab.
Oh, thank you. I really... I've been enjoying the course.
That's very good to know. And he calls the next name.
I don't know if it matters, but Liam and Royce's last name is Armstrong,
Oh.
and then Kat is Sanders. Just putting it out there.
All right.
If you want to include them,
Yeah.
there you go.
Liam was probably first. Yeah. And Liam comes back to your little circle and is like quietly trying to tell all of you like what the whole thing was about while Royce is up there.
Oh, yeah.
And, but yeah, he tells you it's like all these like random questions about your mood and your emotional state and all that stuff.
Dream.
Yeah.
As Lila goes back to her desk after hearing what the questions are and kind of getting the sense that something's off, even though she's still feeling kind of tense about Rose, she's going to give her a look, going back kind of like a be careful kind of look, and I think she might even mouth like be careful because she's worried that this line of questions might end up weird for Rose.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So
Cheers. Butterfly's gone. So happy.
Yeah, right. Give her an inch and she'll take a mile.
So a few more names go by, and he calls up Rose Lee.
So,
Rose Lee, answer the following questions. Please answer them truthfully. Answer with the first thing that comes to mind. Blah, blah, blah. He does the whole, like, a little spiel. So,
right.
When was the last time you felt happy?
And Lila's actually listening to this. Like, she's actually looked
Ooh,
up from her desk and is, like, laser focused at listening to this.
Okay. Read me your conditions again, Russ.
Unsettled and loyal.
Okay, all right.
Right before the party. It's Saturday morning.
Oh, a party. Great.
Oh, no, she didn't actually say that.
Saturday
Saturday morning.
Oh, Saturday morning. Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. What is your favorite color?
Black.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your home life, with 1 being miserable and 10 being perfect?
9.
9.
Oof. Lila cringes from across the room.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, my parents take care of me, but also give me the space that I need to be myself and do my homework.
Wow. Well, that's great. A teenager with a 9. Okay. He goes through a few more of them, and then he says, "What is more important to you? Success, popularity, love, or recognition?"
Love.
Yeah.
She knows you can hear her.
Yeah. Lila's I think she actually puts her face in her hand and is like, oh Jesus.
Sorry, let me quiet my phone so it doesn't keep vibrating.
Oh, I can do the thing. I can take care of this.
Okay, there we go. Okay. So he goes on and he says, "I'm now going to read a small story. As I read the story, please stop and say the word yes whenever I speak a phrase that." Wow, this is ridiculous. Whenever I speak a phrase that matches your mood. And he starts to read this really innocuous story about about a dog walking down the road and seeing different creatures and things like that. But as he's saying it, you start to feel something kind of familiar, and I want you to gaze into the abyss.
Okay.
Question while
Yes.
he's rolling. You still roll. Are these all the same questions that Lila was asked?
No.
So it's different between students.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But you're noticing a pattern, like they're many of them are similar. So like some of them, like when was the last time you were happy? That's in all of them. And like the story is in all of them, but it's it's like 2 or 3 different stories. So not everybody's getting the same story, but but like if you listen to any others besides yours and Rose's, you'd see like they're.
Yeah, I'd probably be hearing snippets without even meaning to.
Exactly, yeah. So you can tell like there are different stories being told, but they're all kind of like the same format.
Yeah.
They're talking about generic emotions, and the dog meets a bunny and thinks this, and the dog meets a cat and thinks this, and
Okay.
yeah. So at least on the surface, they all seem similar, but slightly different. It's like there's a rotation of like 2 or 3 stories.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what did you?
I got an 11.
Oh, an 11.
11.
You realize that you are there is a spell, a hex, being attempted to be cast on you at this moment, and it is a spell that has some sort of like seeking magic to it, like a testing kind of thing, and there's clearly an attempt here to try and discover the truth behind things that are not supposed to be known.
Okay. Do I know of any way I can just slip or avoid the notice?
Why don't you tell me what you're afraid would happen and keep your cool?
She is afraid that she'll be discovered.
Okay. All right.
That is an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you keep your cool and gain insight. You can ask the MC a question about the situation.
Is this the thing that's been killing everybody?
It is not. Exactly. But there's a feeling, there's a sensation that it's connected. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That it's kind of similar, but it's not this thing.
Yeah, it's like, like there's supposed to be this sort of vessel, right? That, that could, like the entity could have a vessel that it's inhabiting. Like you can tell, like this just doesn't quite feel like it. But,
Right.
But it, it's connected. It's like you're drinking decaf. I don't know
All
if
the
that-
bitter with none of the fun.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a connection here, but it's not. This is not the entity. Like you feel like you have a feeling you would know.
Right. So
Like
the answer is
you felt its
no.
presence.
It is not the entity.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But it damn sure tastes like it. It is. Yeah. It is Coke Zero of the entity.
Large.
It is the entity on low battery.
Right. Yeah.
Don't even compare it to La
that
Croix.
that I would recognize from another place, like the other dark power that I ditched.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No. I don't think so. Anyway.
All right,
I don't think
then.
so. Right. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right.
I don't know what you have planned. I'm just going to shake my head because I'm helping.
What I have planned either.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna shake my head no to make you feel
Cool,
more
okay.
reaffirmed.
So-
Thank you.
She
Who
is,
needs a plan? No
Right.
plan,
Yeah,
no
no.
plan, la 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 la.
she is going to say yes, I guess, at the moments the spell isn't looking for somebody.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. And because you rolled so well, I'm going to say you actually managed to do that. Yeah. So you kind of, you can, like you see it and you can tell, like, oh, this is like some sophisticated magic, but it's being wielded in a very clumsy way, which is allowing you to kind of slip around it. Yeah.
Well, she is slippery when wet.
Tee-hee-hee.
Can confirm.
Nice. And that is all the questions. You can return to your seat. Thank you very much, Rose.
We should back up a half second because Max Franklin would have been right after
Thank you for reading my mind
Lila
back.
Driscoll.
That is true. Yeah. I did kind of gloss over that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And I feel like these questions would be very interesting for Max.
Okay, I need to turn the air conditioner up first. Okay.
Oh, I've already got him stressed out. The heat's already on. Ha, 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 ha.
Glasses. Yes, there are.
All right, okay.
Okay. Plus of that wine you brought.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get a
I was
glass?
gonna say, or whiskey would be fine, too.
You want a
Oh yeah,
whiskey?
homo whiskey would be great
Yeah,
as well.
I mean,
Yeah, let's do homo whiskey.
Homo whiskey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Homo whiskey.
I can only have a little bit of
Homo
this.
whiskey.
Just a skosh.
Delicious whiskey.
Do you want to crack it?
Sure. Okay.
It's open already.
Yeah.
It's literally my emergency whiskey.
Oh. We're going down.
Open the whiskey. It's Irish whiskey. We're going down. Open the whiskey. All right.
I work in
So,
glorified
just
customer service. Sometimes I need
Yeah.
emotional support whiskey.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, if you can have emotional
How much do you
support
want?
pets, you should be able to have emotional support
like
whiskey.
Yeah,
fingers.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There.
That's good. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, 2 fingers, but this is not a glass for measuring.
fingers.
These
Right.
fingers. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a little taste. All right, Max Franklin
Yes, sir. Oh,
to the front.
sorry. He kind of gets up and like clumsily walks up to the front, and, like knocks over somebody's bag. Like he's a mess.
Oliver just kind of shakes his head.
Yeah. All right. I mean, have they assigned you a counselor yet? I know you're new to this school.
I don't think they have. They told me they would, but then nobody ever actually.
All right. Well,
told me.
depending on how this goes, something I don't know. But
Okay.
all right. I'm going to ask you some questions. I need you to answer honestly and truthfully. Yada yada. Okay.
Of course.
So tell me, when was the last time you were happy?
Oh, Saturday night.
Saturday seems to be a very popular answer. All right. What is your favorite color?
Oh, God, that's a hard one. I like a lot of them. I think
Just
red.
pick- okay.
Red because of like the.
I don't need an explanation. I just need the color.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your home life, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best?
10. Like, is that bad? No, 1 is bad. 10. Well, sometimes 5. Maybe a 7. No, 10. I think 10.
I'm going to average this out and put 5 because you seem very confused by this question.
The average of 5 and 10 is not 5.
Well, no, 1 and 10 because he was like
okay.
questioning.
It's like-
No, because
yeah.
he was questioning like,
It's
is
like-
1 bad? Is
Like,
10 good?
wait,
Like
2. Like
yeah, he's throwing all the numbers out. No, so it's literally an average of the entire
Right,
range
yeah.
of numbers.
What's 4 plus 12?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
No,
red?
I know how averages fucking work.
Right.
I was just going off of different numbers than you guys were. Let me fucking do this.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. God.
Actually,
Fucking murder everyone at this table.
you should.
Yeah.
Two out of 3 at this table deserve to be murdered, I'm sure.
We can roll for it if you
I
want.
mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but
Right.
3 out of 3 even better.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yay! Finally!
Sorry, okay.
Murdered!
Murdered.
Studio forever!
So, I'm going to tell you a story, and I want you to tell me how you would react and what you would do.
Okay.
You are walking down a road.
I
And
would look around.
that's-
And
Wait until we get a little further into the story.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Yeah, it's, what you're doing on the road is sort of the irrelevant part of this story.
okay.
And you are walking down the road, and you come across, on the side of the road, a turtle flipped on its back.
Oh.
What do you do?
I turn it over.
Okay.
Is that right?
It's not about right or wrong, Max.
Oh. But I mean, that's the right thing to do, isn't it? Like, it's just a turtle. It can't help itself.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to mark that down. That is really all of the questions that I feel that I need to ask you. Would you please return to your seat?
Sure. Did I do okay?
It's not that kind of test, Max.
Oh.
Please
Okay.
seat you back.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. That was amazing. I love you so much.
Start doing a void comp.
Yeah. Again.
I love that I can make up a PC and an NPC as character personality, and then like 5 minutes later, you're like, I got this. I know how this goes. So,
I know what's up.
right? Yeah.
Improv.
Improv, yeah. Acting.
Ah. I don't know what that sound was, but I just made it, so I'm not sorry.
So Ivy comes up as well. That actually would have happened before Rose as well. Ivy goes up. She, I think she glances at Oliver as she goes up.
I'll meet her gaze, like, yeah, like,
Yeah. Okay. Is she like she's like back in the clique now,
Yes,
right?
because Oliver is so concerned about her because she's dabbling in all this occult shit.
Yeah.
He's kind of like bringing her back in the fold, kind of keep her away from all that.
Uh-huh.
He's doing this to protect her.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And then it's
Noble.
whoa.
I know.
Right. Yeah. And then Kat goes up, and then it's Oliver's turn.
Oh, good.
Oliver, please answer the following questions. Answer them honestly. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. Do not think about the answers. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You know the drill. Blah, blah, blah. Psychological bullshit. When was the last time you were happy?
The first day of school.
When... GM moment. Sorry. What is your favorite color?
Emerald green, same as the Thorn Crest.
What is your quest?
Right, yeah. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
African-European.
I don't know that. Whoa! Sorry. No.
Oh my god,
sorry, I
we just
couldn't help.
did that.
I know, but it's so good.
I'm sorry.
It's not a role-playing game unless we quote Monty Python at
Yeah.
least once.
True.
All
It's
right.
true.
I am equally not sorry to balance out your sorry.
There is a fairly epic eye roll that he tries his best to hide, as you mentioned the Thorn family crest.
I'd clock it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your relationship with your friends? With a 1 being I have no friends, and a 10 being my friends are the most trustworthy companions I could have.
Dead in the eyes. 10.
He looks back at your clique, and then back at you. 10. I see. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your home life, with a 1 being miserable and a 10 being perfect?
Do you want my answer before or after a member of my household was murdered?
Just
Good to have fan.
Just stick to the question, please, Oliver.
6.
6. Thank you. I am now going to read you a story. Please answer the corresponding questions carefully and honestly. You are walking down the road, and you see a turtle flipped on its back. That was too good. I had to steal it. What do you do?
When in doubt, Blade Runner.
I'm trying to think what Oliver would actually answer on this question.
Oliver's
replicant.
thinking, can turtles be made into boots?
Would I use a turtle messenger bag?
When can't you use them? A turtle messenger bag. They
is
never go out of style.
This is true. I guess pick it up.
Pick it up. Great. Do you want to feel powerful? And his entire demeanor changes. Do you want to feel powerful? Oliver?
Can I gaze into the abyss?
Yes. Oh, you were going to.
Okay,
For the
good. I figured.
astronaut.
Like, I'm just gonna. Oh no! That
Oh.
is so much no. But I do gain an advance.
Hey!
Those are for you.
Good job.
Thank you.
They're
They're going
cursed.
away now.
Time out.
But they just gave you an advance. Why
They-
don't you use them some more?
No, but I am going to take many bodies because that seems appropriate for what's happening right now.
Is this the one where you can give your...
Many bodies. When you promise one of your gang members to someone, add 2 to your roll to turn them on. When one of your gang members has sex with someone, it triggers your sex move.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that seems appropriate. So,
So many STD metaphors in this game.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah. And Rose, you all of a sudden your skin crawls. You know, like you get like goosebumps. Your hair on the back of your neck stands up. Like all of your senses are suddenly hyper alert, and you can feel Anska in your brain just kind of like what's that? You know, like when a dog like sort of does that like crouch and low growl, ready to pounce, kind of.
Like hackles up?
Yes, hackles up. Yeah, you feel Anska doing the emotional version of that in your mind. And yeah, yeah. What do you do?
She's going to try and stay as cool as a cucumber.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to react in a way that this thing might, again, find out about her.
Yeah, okay.
She also doesn't want to flip out Lila with more
Yeah.
bullshit of dark powers and demons.
Right, yeah, yeah. Alright, why don't you keep your cool?
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. No! No, that's a 6. Ooh.
Oh!
Oh, okay. Nope.
Okay. Mr. Watkins, just for a second, like, you just feel like, oh, there's the man in white. Like, his appearance hasn't changed, but there's just this look in his eyes, and you're like, oh, it's him.
Oh, it's him. Okay.
Yeah. And then it's not. And then you feel the man in white in your mind, like it's like he takes it. You can hear it. He takes in a sharp breath, and you can feel him just tense up, and you feel this terrible anger from him that's like seeping into you. And I'm gonna give you the condition belligerent.
Mm.
Don't even have the benefit of drinking to get to that.
Right? Yeah. Lila, you can tell like there's a charged energy in the air, and you actually see like Max a couple of chairs away. You see him just like sit up straight, and he just kind of blinks and looks really fidgety for a second. Like you can tell like there is suddenly this electricity in the atmosphere that was not there a moment ago, and it kind of feels like, when you were being questioned and it felt kind of weird. It's like that is now amped up to 11.
She's gonna try and look to where Rose is to see if Rose is having a reaction.
I think Rose flips the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
not like screams so much, but like kind of like jerks back in a way and kind of out of her chair and onto the ground.
Oh, okay.
All right. Lila's gonna move real fast after that.
Yeah.
And go to help Rose back up.
Okay.
And very quietly, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. Something weird.
Mr. Watkins kind of just stands up. He looks a little like dazed. And he just walks out of the room.
Huh.
But the energy is still there. And you, Oliver, you can feel, like, you feel such hatred coming from you, not from you, but
From inside.
from inside you towards Rose. And Rose, you can feel it right back.
Mm-hmm. She'll look over to Lila and I'm fine. You can go out to your seat.
You're obviously not fine.
There's nothing you can do.
What's wrong, Tweaker? Take a bad pill?
Sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
you are.
Take him out. Please. Take him out. And Onska's going to spend a string on you to help you attack.
Like physically?
Do something. Do whatever you can. I'll protect you. And all of a sudden you see, like, almost everybody in the room just, like, you hear, like, pencils just kind of clatter to the floor, and you kind of see, like, everybody just kind of slumps down in their chair and just stares straight ahead. Everybody except the three of you, Max, and Robert. Yeah.
We should go right now.
I don't know if I can. Because Mr. Funny Business here thinks that I took a wrong pill.
It's not worth it. We should go right now.
What's your deal?
What's my deal? You're messing with shit you have no idea how to use.
Oh, okay, it's that again. Yeah, we should go.
Oh, yeah, this is coming from
Yeah.
the guy who vomited himself after the last thing.
This is coming from the bitch who turned into a monster.
At least my problems aren't my fault.
Take ownership. We all have problems. The sooner you
Yeah.
get a hold of yours, the sooner you can use it.
I'm not the cause of mine, even though you think that you know what's going on. You really fucking don't. Let's go.
The mistake is you think I care.
Ooh. I want to have Lila shut Oliver down. Or try.
You think a -1 because, oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Boxcar, bitch!
Buddy, you failed me again!
And I'm at a -1, and I still
That's a
boxcar.
-1 and a -1. That's a 10.
Yeah.
It was 10. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's completely valid.
Oh.
Brutal.
Mm.
Yeah, my turn.
Oh, the Savage Thorpe fan.
Savage as Thorpe.
Savage is Thorpe. When
Yeah.
you pick,
You don't have any strings on Lila, do you?
Do I? I might. I do. I have 2 strings on you.
Lose one of those.
Yes.
Because fuck that.
yeah. You're still in. Weren't you intimidated or something like that? too?
I
Or
was
is that-
intimidated
yeah.
by Lila. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah.
It's an 11. You got an 11.
Oh yeah.
It would have been a +1 to that for sure.
Yeah. Haha.
Skull dice. Once they stop smelling bad, they work very well.
That should be their tagline.
Once they stop smelling bad, they roll really well.
Where's that Amazon review?
They're gonna be like, please don't order from us anymore.
Please.
Do not tell people where you got shit from. We don't need that publicity.
Yeah. We're fine. It's okay.
Thanks, Brag Gear. Send me more dice so that I can say really awkward things about them on a live stream.
Yes. Do it. Well, I use Die Hard dice. Send me free stuff. Sorry. Okay, so are Rose and Lila going to try to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think, like, Lila's going to scoop up Rose's bag for her and try and, like, haul Rose towards the door.
Okay.
And I look back to Oliver. You really don't know what's going on. And turn her back.
I want Lila or Rose to run away.
Oh, shit.
Tee. I love this game so much.
That is a 7.
7. Okay. That's what I was hoping it would be. You get away but choose one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
Well, I mean, the most fun one is running into something worse.
Or you could leave Lila behind.
No.
I don't think that's,
That's not
possible
possible.
at this point either, because Lila's basically dragging Rose.
In order to do that, you'd have to like detach her arm.
I
like,
didn't say it was going to be easy. I said it would be fun.
Yeah, she literally chews off her own arm.
You run into something worse?
It's your call.
Well, we can't really make a big scene because everybody is kind of zombie.
Well, no,
Well, there's
you
a few
could.
people.
No. Let's make a big scene.
Want to make a big
Big
scene?
scene. Yeah, I want to make a big scene.
Okay, so the two of you, you scoop up. Lila scoops up the bags, and the two of you start heading towards the door, and all the students stand up, and Liam and Royce, Liam and Kat go to block and stand in front of one door, and Sam and Ivy and Liam. Wait, did I already say Liam?
Yeah, you want Royce.
So the other twin.
Yeah, the other twin. Sam and Ivy and Liam
The other
go
one.
to the other. Yeah, go to the other door. They're heading over there. So basically, like, they're trying to block you, and then all of the students around you just kind of stand up and just kind of like glassy-eyed and staring.
What's Masks doing?
Max is watching in complete and utter confusion from the back.
Is the clique glassy-eyed as well, or they look like they're more present?
Why don't you gaze into the abyss?
Maybe let me ask what Masks is doing.
Yeah.
Mac.
Max.
Wow, Whiskey. Max is doing, not Masks or Mac.
Yeah, I know
It's
what I'm
because
doing.
He is one of us.
He is, but he is not glassy-eyed.
Okay.
So a 7.
But he's looking at you mostly. He's looking at Oliver mostly. Okay, so 7, gaze into the abyss. They're all glassy-eyed, but there's this as one of them goes near you, you can there's just a drop in the temperature. And you can just feel that there's a cold air around.
I'm going to swing Rose back behind me to back towards the door, so I'm between Rose and the oncoming clique.
Okay.
And start backing towards the door.
Okay. Right. Oliver, what are you doing?
What is the voice in my head saying? It's telling me to be belligerent towards Rose, but is
Yeah.
it provoking me in the same way that hers was to attack, or is it more to just intimidate?
Let's just say if you lash out physically, you'll get an XP. Yes, it's spinning a string on you.
All right.
Do you have it?
It does have a string on me. I think
does.
no, actually, Ice Sky does not have a string
No.
on me.
No,
It's
Not on Sky.
No,
it's
no.
not on
Not on Sky. I said Ice Sky. Sorry, that's what he's
Oh,
listed
Ice
on
Sky.
Insta.
Oh, Ice
Yeah.
Sky. Okay.
We might want to come up with a different name.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Ice Sky.
Eldritch Elsa.
Mr. Cool.
Mr. Cool.
Yeah, Ice Guy just sounds like you're trying to describe like X-Men weird.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
Ice Guy. There's blue hairy dude.
I'm flying chair.
Right, yeah. There's Badgerine.
Laser beam eye.
Genie Beige.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
She turns into Parakeet or Dark Parakeet or
Dark
something.
Parakeet, yes. Oh, that hurts my soul. Okay,
Parakeet. That's amazing.
that's when you
so
cosplay.
amazing.
Dark
Right,
Parakeet.
Dark Parakeet.
That's like the parody thing is the dark parakeet.
Right? Yeah.
It's like a tick character. I am dark parakeet. Chirp.
Chirp. Yeah. Boon.
Okay, so ooh, do I want to?
What do you want to do?
I do want to lash out physically. I do.
Take that
Yay.
XP.
I am going to take the XP.
Okay.
See how that. It's not good. My volatile's -1, so
Well, you're surrounded by your gang,
click.
though.
So I'm at 0. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yep,
8.
that's an 8.
I got an 8.
Oh, yay.
I lost my sheet. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Lashing out physically.
Oh, this is gonna end
Okay.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
They learn something about your true nature, and you gain a string on you. The MC decides how bad it turns out. You become your darkest self.
I think I know which one you're gonna pick.
Ugh.
And generally, just like like fists, like or
Right.
whatever, it would cause like 1 harm.
Yeah, I'm not expecting, like, yeah.
generally. But if you pick number 2, that might change. This is the first lash out physically we've had. No,
No.
Lila did.
Well, but that's accidental. This is the first.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
no, there
intentional.
was one
Oh,
earlier
yeah, that's
as well
right, yeah.
because the restraint was so
That's right,
so fierce.
Okay,
that,
yeah.
Because Max's shoulder got dislocated
Right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
because everybody was having crazy darkest self bullshit happening.
Oh, the
Alright.
darkest self
I'm
chain.
gonna roll because
Do you
I'm
want
torn
to
between 2.
get rid of these ones that are in there?
Oh no, I'm just gonna roll for myself and see what I'm gonna pick.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I become my darkest self.
Oh, why don't you read your darkest self there?
My darkest self. Where did it go?
Darkest self.
It's it.
There it is. Yeah.
Hey, we don't have to deal with it. 'Cause he hates us.
They failed you again. This whole mess is their fault, and why should you have to suffer the consequences of their idiocy? You need to make an example of each of them. A cruel, unwavering example. You escape your darkest self when you relinquish part of your power to someone more deserving, or when you destroy an innocent person in order to prove your might.
Bye, Robert.
You poor bastard.
That's kind of who I was thinking.
Well, but Robert's not part of your clique.
He doesn't have to be part of my clique.
Oh,
I said
okay.
destroy an innocent.
Okay. Okay.
And unfortunately, they're not innocent.
Right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do a little narration here.
Do it.
If anybody wants to stop or change something or veto something, just let me know. But and honestly, like, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's all,
We don't either, so
Yes,
we're
yeah,
on
okay,
even
cool.
footing right now.
So, how do you lash out? What is Oliver's method of physical violence?
I think it's going to be, well, since he's in wrestling, almost a trying to wrestle, grapple, tackle,
Yeah.
hitting kind of move.
Okay. All right. And who are you trying to do that to?
Rose.
To
Lila's
Rose.
going to
Okay.
intercept that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There's not really a move for that.
'Cause
Well,
she's already-
there is, but it's a grown-up move.
Oh, it's a
she's,
grown-up
and
move.
she's
Oh,
already
okay,
putting
yeah.
herself between Rose and Oliver.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you might have to lash out physically in return.
Okay.
Let me
So
see.
I am,
Yeah.
but I am smashed somehow.
Yeah, you're gonna get hurt somehow.
It might even be getting pushed out of the way if I
Yeah.
Yeah.
jump in there.
Yeah. So you're gonna take 1 harm. We'll narrate how that happens in a second once we figure out how everything is going.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't put more that XP.
See. Oliver hasn't been harmed in this turn, so that I can't use that power. Damn it. So +2, that gives me 10.
It's a 9 because of my click.
All right,
Yeah.
so a 9.
9. Okay.
Although, oh man, yeah, I don't have the sex move because
Yeah.
I slept with Oliver.
Okay.
I would have had a 10.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I would have had an extra point there, but
Yeah.
I don't have
Although,
that.
does he have conditions you can take advantage of?
Actually,
Intimidated is still in.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
That
any
is
strings
important in
me.
a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was already intimidated by her.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you decide how that
Yeah.
affects that.
But that, yeah, I think, I mean, that could give you a +1, which
So
would
that'll
you
put
at
me
10,
back at a
right?
10.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you had, Oliver, you had 8, right? So even if there was a condition, it wouldn't help you, right? Was your result was 8?
Yeah, my result is
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
So,
affected.
okay, all right. Because I forgot to ask about
Yeah.
conditions for that, but...
Yeah, belligerent would have brought it up to 9. So
Yeah.
that's the closest I got.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then my click.
I thought you added... Or did you add
I
a
thought
click
you
in
already
there?
added it.
No, because 8 on the dice, 9 with belligerent, and then 10 with click.
Yeah, but you have a -1 normally.
You're right. 9.
Ah,
Good call.
Okay. All right.
Looking out.
Math.
Not my strong suit.
Okay. So you, on a 10 up, you deal them harm and they choke up momentarily before they can react.
One thing, though, I didn't notice this. With my click, it's +1 relevant rolls and an additional harm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will take 2 harm.
So I
That is
imagine
okay.
that in trying to block Rose from something worse, probably ends up like bumping her towards the door because she's trying to get her to move.
Yeah.
And probably moves a little too quick and doesn't realize how strong that she is.
Oh, that's
and
great,
probably
yeah.
knocks Rose backwards a little harder than she meant to in her haste to intercept Oliver.
Ooh, okay, yes, and so like you do that. So like Oliver lunges at Rose and kind of like he just leaps on her and starts to like you can see him like he's throwing her to the ground. So you like grab her out from his reach, and then like you said, like she kind of goes back against the wall and hits a little hard as you and Oliver tangle, and then Liam and Samuel both like kind of grab you and slam you back up against the wall, kind of knocking you breathless, and that would account for the additional hurt.
And Oliver's going to take harm too.
Yeah. So what kind of harm are you dealing to him?
So I'm going to smack him really hard across the face, and as he starts to kind of go off to the side, grab the front of his shirt and pull him in really fucking close. And like Lila's eyes have definitely gone yellow at this point. Leave her the fuck alone. Because otherwise, this is going to get a lot worse than it is right now.
Because I've just intimidated, I'm going to believe her.
Okay. And then from a little ways away, you hear this very kind of timid but determined voice say, "Let go of him. I don't want to hurt you."
Yes!
As Max stands there with his fists balled up,
Counter cult
staring
raid!
down Lila.
Max, you saw him go after Rose, right?
Yeah. But
You are friends with Rose, which you've told her many times.
I am friends with all of you, and I don't understand why you're fighting, but I can't let you hurt each other.
Where were you when Rose was getting hurt then and Oliver was coming after Rose? You come to his defense but not to hers? After everything you said the other day?
Oh, I think you're shutting me down. It's a lot of Lila shutdown tonight.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah, all the shutdown today.
Yeah.
All shut down all the time.
So you choose, but you come across poorly, and he's going to give you a condition in return.
Okay. I think I'm going to give him a condition. I'm just trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of a word. Basically, I want him to understand that Lila is being honest with him. Like, almost like understanding. Plus, the fact that they have sort of this almost a shared secret between them. So I want it, maybe understanding is the right word. So it's like they have an understanding between them.
Yeah.
So her whole thing is she's trying to invoke the fact that we're not so different, you and I.
Yeah.
Kindred?
Kindred might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like India and Baloch.
I don't know that.
No?
Sorry.
What?
I missed a reference. I'm
No,
sorry.
what? Belloc. Come on. Really? Nobody's gonna pick up an Indiana Jones reference?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't hear anybody else say anything.
I was nodding. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was
Okay.
just mostly looking at his confused expression.
I know, right? I'm sorry. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's from the first Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And he's explaining how he's seeing, this guy, and he's like, we call him
Yeah.
Balosh,
Oh.
and it's this Belloc.
Belloc.
Oh. Okay. All right. Sorry. Just let me have more whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll help.
Yep.
And he's going to give you a condition, hypocrite,
All right.
because you're hurting people too.
Speaking of hurting, how much harm did I take?
That is up to Lila.
I mean, she hit pretty hard, and I did have a really high roll. I would
Yeah.
say you're probably going to get what you dealt out.
So
yeah,
2?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Do you take the plus? Do you have the -1 from your? Does
It's
that do
subtract
minus
1
harm?
from all rolls against
From all
you.
rolls. Oh,
So,
okay, but
yeah,
not
harm isn't a roll,
Okay,
so.
all right. Okay.
Listen, Max. We just want to leave the classroom. That's all we want. Oliver got in the way. We're leaving the classroom now. Okay?
He looks at Oliver.
Look at me. I'm talking to you right now. Are you your own person or persons right now?
Oh shit.
So.
Yes, Rose. I don't know. I'm just trying to turn the turtle over, okay?
Help us leave, and no one else is going to get hurt.
And he goes over to...
And as a show of
Yeah.
goodwill,
Uh-huh.
Lila's going to let go of the front of Oliver's shirt. And kind of like
So-
the hands up, like...
So Rose is struggling
Yes.
during this whole thing
Uh-huh.
against two people pinning her up
Yeah.
to the wall.
Yes.
And so at this point, she's just going to shout, Oliver! And lock eyes with him.
Uh-oh.
I want to spend a string.
Lungs full of bees.
No.
Not again.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Instead, she's going to use Hypnotic,
Oh.
which is a vampire move. You can hypnotize people. Oh shit, do you have strings on me?
Yeah, I do.
Nope, can't do it.
Oh, no.
No.
Nope.
Damn
It
it.
has to be someone with no strings on me.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, there are two people holding you that don't have strings on you.
oh yeah, there are. I'll just lock eyes with one of them.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
who's on me?
Samuel and Liam.
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 Oh, my poor Hufflepuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no! Oh, that's bad!
Oh, that's bad! That's Snake Eyes.
Oh
You would think Snake Eyes would be helpful in hypnotizing people, but
Yeah. You can-
Normally they would be.
you can always-
"Trust
in
in
me.
me.
You can always decide it is.
Trust
I
in
mean,
me. What is there a misdescription on hypnotic, or is it just a?
yes, there is. Let me get to it with all of my character sheets.
I know this is the problem with playing the Infernal is you got to know
Okay.
all the character sheets.
It doesn't say. It says
Oh, okay.
you can hypnotize people who have no strings on you. Roll with hot. On a 10, so I got a 1.
Okay.
On a
Nice.
10 up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea anything is wrong. On a 7 through 9, the hypnosis works, but choose one. They realize exactly what you've done to them. They fuck up your commands, or their sanity is unhinged.
Oh, okay.
This was not the time for that.
No.
I love when he smells like that. But it's not at me.
Gross.
Okay. Once again, veto if anybody wants to. You lock eyes with Liam. His glassy, milky eyes staring back at you. And you send your mind into his with all of Onska's power, trying to take control of his mind. And as you reach into his mind, there's just this sort of whoomph in the air, and that blows the two of you apart and sends Samuel and everybody near you just kind of flying several feet. There is a clear path now to the door for both Lila and Rose. So, because you did succeed in running away, mixed success, but you did succeed. The big scene has been caused. And if the two of you would like to use this point to make your exit, there's an opening.
Lila's going to have eyes like very locked on Max. And I'm just going to sort of hands up, sort of nod at him, and keep backing up towards where I know Rose is without breaking eye contact with Max, heading for the door.
Yeah. And as you're backing up, he kind of puts himself in between you and Oliver. Kind of making it clear like he's letting you go as well. And not letting Oliver follow. But he also like keeps glancing around at the, several people just went flying across the room.
Yeah.
And
I feel like Lila's going to kind of grab blindly for Rose's bag and pick that up as she's backing up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the two of you run out
Rose
into the
gonna
hall.
fuck off. Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of this room.
GTFO!
Yeah.
That wasn't. That was not as planned.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Take what you can get.
Right? Yeah.
oh man, my name's Mud.
Yeah.
Bye.
Those are tits. Max, like when they're gone, Max turns and looks at you. He says, "I'm sorry. I didn't want to fight anyone."
That might need to change soon, as I'm assuming Oliver's trying to plug up a bloody nose. A fight's coming. Clearly they want it.
They were just trying to leave.
Is that all you saw? You remember what Rose did to me on Saturday? She was trying to do it again.
I know that's why that's why I didn't stop you, but I just don't know what to do. Everybody keeps fighting and nobody will tell me why, and I don't understand. Like, I thought everybody was happy.
Look, I don't want to alarm
Zero
you,
self-awareness.
but from what you and Ivy have told me, it sounds like Rose is in league with this thing. How else do you explain how she can do all those crazy things? Does making someone puke up bugs sound like something a good person would do?
Oh, poor Max.
I
Poor
know.
baby cinnamon roll.
Poor little compliant one of us, Max.
Son of a bitch.
I'm in my
Yeah.
darkest self. Y'all can suck it.
So true.
So good.
Honestly, like, I have to say, I think Max falls for that. I don't.
That's your call.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to him, and because of his skewed his current faith in Oliver, as dumb as that may be, it's like it just like it makes sense. I think that he kind of like falls for this line of bullshit.
And you know who was helping her? And he nods over at Robert.
Bye-bye forever.
But
I think he knows something. Remember they went off together after the party to work on things?
I mean, he didn't do anything. He was just standing there.
Right now, who knows what he taught her to do? A lesson has to be paid.
Sounds like you want to spend a string to make him do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I like one word. One
Sedative?
syllable.
Yes.
Give him a sedative.
Whoa! Epiphany. Yeah, I'm going to spend a string on Max to
Sorry.
get him to
That was
gang
chat.
up
It's
with
like,
the other.
Spend the strings. Like, oh yeah.
I was in the moment. I was acting with the clique to get information out of Robert any means necessary.
For now, Max is going to take a passive role.
Okay.
Most of the students all like slump back down, but the clique stands up, and and they start closing in from all angles on Robert. So like Royce is coming in, and Kat's coming in, and Samuel's coming in.
So as they're closing in, Oliver's going to stand just outside their ring.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to tell us everything.
No, I didn't do anything.
What does she know? What can she do?
Who? What can who do?
Royce,
Hoodoo.
jog his memory.
Royce reaches out and grabs Robert by the shirt collar and just punches him across the face hard. Yeah.
We're getting very Lord of the
Yeah.
Flies tonight.
I know, right?
Jesus.
There's a note here too from the guy who made Robert. And Robert is infatuated with Rose and dislikes Oliver.
I can't imagine why.
What? Weird.
Was
I
a
wouldn't
shock.
have expected that.
So anyway, back to the beating.
Yes.
Also,
yeah.
I love you. I'm so sorry I'm doing this. But I'm also not sorry.
Yeah.
We now resume this beating in progress.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and then Samuel grabs one of his arms and Kat grabs the other as Royce just starts wailing on him.
Want to start talking?
And we're going to cut away there.
Memories.
From Liam still lying on the floor.
Robert. Or Liam.
You heard me.
Okay.
We see the clique beating on Robert from the perspective of the other side of Liam's still body laying on the floor, frothing out of his mouth, eyes rolled back into his head.
Cool.
And Max looking
Whoops.
on helplessly at this very unfair fight. Which I got to figure out how to deal with that.
It should be noted that
Yeah.
any occult-looking books that Robert may have had in his bag are coming with us.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So the two.
I wish I was on your side.
That's going to be the queen.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I'm enjoying watching all of these dominoes knocking over.
I
them.
know, right? Yeah. Oh. So Lila and Rose escape into the hallway. Where do you go? What do you do?
Okay, normally I wouldn't suggest this, but we should ditch the rest of the day.
Yeah.
We need to get out of here.
I think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. Let's go.
Back to your place?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one will be there.
I know. I heard what you said on the question about your whole life.
Lies. I heard your lies. Lies.
Except for the emotional damage, it's great.
Right, yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah. I was so traumatized I made a deal with the demon, but it's fine.
So I think using the fact that she's got her, all of that.
So you got the upside, I got the downside. So there's two sides
sides
every
every
Schwartz.
Yeah.
I think because
Okay.
she's got her heightened senses, you're going to be able to navigate getting out of the school
Yeah.
ditch pretty easy.
Okay.
And go back to
Back to Rose's
To Rose's
place.
place.
Okay. Question. Oh, sorry.
unacceptable.
Sorry. Where is the book of spells that you and Robert were working on? Did he keep it? Does Rose have it?
I think Rose kept it.
Rose kept it. Yeah. I feel like that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
It's
I buy
already
that.
on low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to, but
Yeah. Yeah.
has a crush on her, so.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. You can't really resist
Yeah.
a request from Rose. The beautiful Rose. All right. So the two of you get back to Rose's place.
What the actual hell was all of that?
I think it was that thing that we were trying to banish on Saturday.
But there was something going on with Mr. Watkins too. Is that the same thing?
I think maybe.
Maybe we should run away.
Maybe. It felt like the same thing. I don't know. My magic spidey senses aren't that great.
He was there. It wasn't him, but he was there.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was him. Maybe it's him. I'm not sure.
I messed up the ritual that was going to help fix this. I messed that up,
look.
and now we're dealing with. I mean, that was insane.
What?
What just happened?
Yeah. It was pretty freaky, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon.
We can fix this, Rose. Fix it for me.
But I don't know if we can. I don't even know what it wants.
I need more power.
Once the popular kids. I mean, that's what this keeps going back to. That's what we keep talking about.
We have become really unpopular.
Yeah. So good. We're safe. But I mean, where did this thing even come from?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. It just kind of appeared.
It had to have come from somewhere.
I honestly have no idea. And I don't even know if we can fight it. The only thing that I can think of is to buy time.
I'm going to mess things up again.
No.
You should work on this, and I should go be somewhere else.
Look, stop running away.
She can help you.
You're running away from yourself. You're running away from me. Just stop.
Well, back at the classroom, you told me that there wasn't anything I could do. There's something I can do. There's nothing I can do. What is it? Which is it?
I need you to be with me, obviously. Or else, what would I have done if you weren't there? Just now.
Well, you wouldn't have been slashed up on Saturday if I hadn't been there.
That's not your fault.
Give me power. Let her see. We can deal with this. Take her. Let's be powerful together. And Anska is going to spin a string on you to get you to
Turn her on.
start the sexy times.
Okay. She's going
But
to...
not for love, for knowledge.
For power.
For
Power.
Hashtag for power.
Does Rose look distracted while she's listening to...
I'm not sure. I think she's kind of used to it by now.
Yeah, I think that's accept. That's
Voices in her
reasonable.
head
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the time are just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, well...
Yeah, I
Who are
when-
you?
Yeah,
Who are you? Okay.
No, wait, I'll take a message.
yeah,
Which one
I
are
know
you
this
again?
one.
yeah, right, yeah.
You're not a new one? All right.
Yeah. The man in red comes, and you're like, new brain, who dis?
Damn it.
Oh, it's good, just sliding into your DMs.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Look, I need you. I've always needed you. Just... Please.
Well, what do you
Don't-
want me to do?
She's going to get a little closer. I need you to stay with me. I need you to love me. I need you to...
Rose, isn't it obvious that I've always loved you?
Rose is going to get even closer. Roll to turn her on.
Yes, do
Take a
it.
string on her.
All right.
And once
Oh,
he gets
good.
the
I get
string-
another string.
Oh, I'm just gonna get the string. Nice. Good investment.
I got so many.
Oh, I didn't need it.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's a
dang.
14.
So, Whitney Houston.
Oh, that was beautiful.
God, I love it so much.
Oh,
And now we start the
good
musical
Christ.
episode.
Yeah.
I've had about enough whiskey. Let's do it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so what do you choose with that 14?
Oh, I think there's only one obvious choice there.
Yeah.
She's totally going to give herself to Rose.
What? It's not get embarrassed and act awkward?
No.
Yes, give yourself.
Oh, there's another string off.
Oh, and that's going to trigger a sex move, and so
Yes.
Rose is back under
Yeah.
protection stuff, and that's probably going to be very weird for Lila to go back to that.
And I think
all we have to do
gain-
to-
or you have a string now from Onska.
Onska has a string
Well,
on you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I could have a string on Onska, that'd be awesome. Can I do that?
Prepositions are hard sometimes.
Um,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I think you can get strings on Dark Power. I don't know.
Maybe by making a deal, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
because
mean-
you can give. Wait, you can.
Well,
give
here's
them
the thing,
strings.
though,
Yeah,
about the
that's
dark
right.
power, is it's always going to acquiesce to stuff so
Right.
long as it doesn't have enough strings to trigger dark itself.
Yeah.
It's really unnecessary to have strings on
Yeah.
the
But
dark
that-
power.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're really
it's
trying
always
to
gonna do
break
what you
it
want it to.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the
But then
most
it can
part,
just
it's going
ignore
to.
it.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's going to want to do
yeah.
whatever it is that
earning
is
your
being
trust is
asked.
going to be in its best interest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That
True.
makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the string mechanic isn't on level footing there.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
kind of silly at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because the only thing you have to do to compel is be like, yo, I want things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, here's another string.
Yeah. So sexy times occur. Yeah.
And not outside of the Whataburger. So that's
Right?
it.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Oh, the inside side!
It was
How
inside
kinky.
before. The
Yeah.
inside was before as well. But
Oh, yeah.
I think anything that is not Whataburger outside sex is probably really good.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
The milky glow of the Whataburger sign.
You know, the lovely desert sand just getting everywhere.
I
hate sand.
Yeah.
It's
It's
everywhere.
coarse and rough. Gets everywhere.
You gotta be dedicated.
May need you to step in here
Okay.
and arbitrate for a
Yes.
little bit because I think, Max can't handle the beating of Robert.
I want you to do a roll for me.
Okay.
I want you to gaze into the abyss.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, my.
interesting.
I'm just gonna roll here.
You're not going to get this right.
That's a 4.
Okay, well, mark some experience.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Okay, so
I win.
you look. Yeah. You look at Oliver. You look at what's going on, and you can't really parse out why this is. But for the first time, you feel actually scared of him. I want you to take the condition chilled.
Oh, chill is good.
That something is just upsetting, and it's not just the scene before you, but it's actually this person that you care very deeply for and have come to the protection of, but on some weird level, you just it's a fear that you can't quantify.
I think I might need to keep my cool,
Okay.
but I think Max needs to intervene.
Well, why don't you roll keep your cool first?
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared that this is that intervening is going to make Oliver mad
Okay.
at me. And by the way, so when I get a condition, I mark experience. So that actually,
Pumps him up to
between the fail and the condition, it got me in advance, which I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I have to do some dark. Okay. But all right. So I'm gonna keep my cool. What is that?
It's an 8.
8. And
1 is a 7.
8 minus 1 is 7. Yeah.
Okay.
7.
So,
Woo. Is this against Oliver, and does his -1 or does his click
I don't know
cause a problem?
is it against Oliver or is it against the situation? You wanted to roll to keep your cool. Are you keeping your cool just in the face of everything, or is it specifically Oliver right now?
Well, he mentioned in his fear he was afraid that
Yeah.
it was going to make Oliver
Yeah.
mad. So
Okay.
it might
Well,
be-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be
Yeah.
actually against Oliver.
Okay.
So it'd be a -1 to that,
Yeah.
Which would be a 6.
which would be a fail.
Okay.
Which
Which
yeah.
is another experience.
Another experience. Yay!
Okay.
Go us!
So-
Good job.
Right.
You try to keep your cool in this situation,
Uh-huh.
but it's so unsettling in a way that you've never felt before. And the closest that you can, suss out that you felt this way before was that night at the party when you felt the thing rush by you from the basement.
Uh-huh.
And it's definitely that kind of fear, and you find yourself quaking all over, like just shaking uncontrollably.
Ooh.
Because you've experienced fear, but this is different.
Yeah. This is true terror.
This is like that primal fear that unless you felt it, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me how you feel about this. I think maybe let's find out more about what's going on with Oliver, and then
Yeah, and you
and
make
then
a
I'll
decision.
decide if I do nothing. I'm thinking Max's choices are do nothing and stand there and then later feel guilty because he,
Yeah.
did nothing.
Or I can have him run away.
Run away, yeah.
Yeah, I think
So,
that's kind of what your options are right
yeah.
now.
Right. Okay. Okay. So Oliver is overseeing the beating.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes. A bit more on the face, please.
Work
Yeah.
the obliques a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Robert is bruised and bloody, and just kind of slumped between, like only standing up still because Sam and Kat have him held up. And Royce has done a good beating and now is looking over to you. And they're all three still glassy-eyed.
That's fine.
But yeah.
I will go ahead and give
They're
a
doing what
nod
you
to let
said.
him drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I will kneel down as close to his face without getting all the way down.
Please stop.
If I see you near Rose again, or if you cross me, you'll get worse.
I'm
Do
sorry.
we have an understanding?
Yes. Yes. I promise.
Good.
Please don't kill me.
I have no intention of killing you.
And please don't turn me into a zombie.
A zombie. You have me confused with Rose.
Oh.
to his glassy-eyed zombie hordes.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah.
I'd like a dramatic moment of the bell to ring.
Yes.
I will accept invocation of the bell ringing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll stand up, straighten myself, take the blood off my face from the 2 harm that I took.
Right, yeah.
Let's go.
And it is hard. I mean, you're hurt.
Oh, I'm
like
hurt
you're
bad.
hiding it, all right. But
Yeah.
like she caught you in the ribs or something with a knee. Like you can feel, it's hard to breathe.
My plan is to
Yeah.
basically go to the wrestling coach and play it off as in me and Royce were sparring
Yeah.
and things got out of hand and I need coach help
Okay. All right.
to try to alleviate some of that pain. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the nurse and be like, that Rose girl hit me.
Yeah.
Yes. Make me more unpopular.
It
Yeah.
actually was Lila who hit me, and I can't make her
Yeah.
more unpopular.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Oh, she's not here.
I know. Damn it.
She'll listen back later. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
I love you.
I could use the little.
I love that jacket. That bolero
It's an
jacket.
awesome jacket.
It's great.
I got it for $10 in the thrift store.
You should
Nice.
show your necklace and the
Yes,
little
you
thing
should.
on it. With the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gramercy, sir.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So gorgeous. Okay. So.
Occasionally do not look like a bum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as the other students kind of zombie-like stand up and they file out of the classroom.
Minor question.
Uh-huh.
The beating of Robert, did that get me out of my darkest self?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
making sure that we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy
it does.
shit, yeah, that has to.
Yeah. So.
Vicious beating of Robert episode.
Right. Yeah. So all the other students, like the non-click students, they all kind of stand up, very zombie-like, and they file very neat and orderly to the doors. As they cross the threshold, like you're not seeing it, but as they cross the threshold, the audience can see like their eyes just suddenly revert to normal, and they just kind of shake their heads a little bit and just go on about their business. My question to you, Oliver, is do you stop at the lifeless body of Liam, or do you just step over him and keep going on to your next class?
Oh. Because I'm out of my darkest self at that point, I think I am going to stop. If I wasn't yet, I probably would have kept going.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Letting Liam, okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. And I mean, some popular kid has to keep
Poor
dying.
Liam.
I know. I'm sorry.
So what, did Liam die?
That's
Yeah.
what he just said.
Yeah, that's how I was
Yeah.
like,
When I said lifeless body, I meant lifeless body.
Literally lifeless
Yeah,
body.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will have come to a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then, oh shit, poor Royce. Oh, I would have sent Kat and Ivy
Uh-huh.
to go get the principal, I guess,
Yeah.
because, or the nurse, because I don't think I know enough of like body stuff to be like, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He's
dead,
dead, Jim.
Damn it, Jim.
But I'm definitely gonna have a fucking moment.
Yeah.
Because I liked Liam. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
sweet and nice and
Liam
kind. And,
Yeah, Liam was your nicest
And a good
one,
lay.
actually.
yeah, he was
And a
really
good,
lay.
right? Yeah.
Oh, he was my first lay canon. My first canon lay.
Oh, that's right.
Aw.
Royce will need comforting. So.
Oh, he sure will.
Yeah, Royce actually just is just like grabbing him and just shaking him and was like, "Wake up, wake up, wake up!"
I'll grab
Yeah.
Royce like in a embrace, like a almost like pulling him back embrace, like comforting but not
Yeah.
also keeping away from the body in case
Yeah.
there's some possibility he may still be alive. Like shaking him is sure not going to help.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you can hear Ivy screaming for the nurse as she runs down the hallway. Oh. Mm.
We were attacked by that weird girl Rose.
Not her fault.
That's not the story I'm telling.
I know, right? Okay.
Victory sip.
Well, next episode, Rose is in jail.
I promise I'll come and visit.
Yeah.
There's just be a lot of phone calls.
Conjugal visits.
Yeah, right.
Rose, live from San Quentin.
Right? Yeah. Can I see? You have all these playbooks here, right?
Carefree is the new
Just
black.
wanted to look at.
Oh no! I know what play we're gonna look at. Oh no!
Do you? Are you sure?
I do. I have a good feeling. I'm gonna look, but I'm gonna guess and tell me if I'm right. It's the ghosty one.
Oh, that's an awesome idea, but no.
Damn it!
You've still more to learn.
That's fine. I have not heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
God, I want to do something, but it's just so railroady. It's just,
Do you want to discuss?
Do you want to throw it out there and see if we knock it back?
Or do you want a GM conference real quick?
No. I think it's probably got to be more of a like table discussion because it's just a cool idea that popped into my head, but there's really no way to like make it like it just needs buy-in, or we just need to decide it doesn't happen.
Why don't we table talk it, because it'd be good for people to listen, and then we can talk, even if we don't do it, at least be a good experience. So.
Yeah, okay. So what I was just thinking, the idea that popped into my head is that you don't notice or you didn't notice when you were down close to Robert that he like somehow grabbed something of yours, a sympathetic token.
I see.
And I don't know if that makes...
You could have him roll to lash out physically to try to grab something.
Well, he doesn't roll, he just does it.
Right, but I mean, if
Yeah,
you wanted to,
I
like...
wouldn't have spilled the beans on that. I would have just had
You would have just done it?
Oh, of course I would have.
See,
Have you met me?
See, that's what I should have done. I should have been more like Mac and just
I can delete it.
Yeah.
I can delete it from my memory.
Yeah.
From my brain meat. I can delete it.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I would... May I?
Yeah.
So as the camera has, panned back over Liam's body, and you're seeing in this sort of blurred background what's happening, as the beating is coming to a close, and Oliver is finally distracted and looking away, that's when Robert, who's super beat up, reaches up a hand and grabs something off of Oliver's and stashes it away in his shirt.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yep, that
Joey
happens.
loves that.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Cool. And part of the reason I want that is like a balance thing, because even though it was not Rose's fault, like Oliver's clearly going to spin it that way, which is going to cause real world problems for Rose. So I want the Rose faction, which is by extension Robert, to have...
Did you know you have a faction?
You have a faction, yes. To have like a serious method of combating that with the Oliver faction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It just seemed like a good poetic justice kind of...
No, totally.
I buy that.
Right? Yeah.
I just
That's
don't ask
absolutely
permission because I'm an asshole. We've
And I would have
established
said
this
no because I
before.
like dominance, but...
Right? Yeah.
You do?
Quiet you.
Yeah, that's
Drink
why.
your juice, Shelby.
Files away for discussion later.
Yeah, that's why I'll do dice rolls behind the scenes sometimes to determine a thing, and I'll just be like, okay, and then log that away for later.
Right? Yeah. And I like that. And normally, like, if there had been a hard move anywhere in there, I would have been, this.
Yeah,
definitely
no
happens.
contest.
Yeah.
But everyone just rolled too damn well.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Destroy
you guys need to make
your
more
players.
Yeah.
Be a fiend of your players.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Although
what it says in the rules, right?
Yeah,
Be a
in
fiend.
Monsterhearts, I'm pretty sure it does.
Although even better, set it up and let them destroy themselves.
Right. Yes. It's so good. Okay.
I'm buying in. I'm so in.
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite.
Yeah, and Max just kind of stands there, just kind of shaking, and
Oliver will turn around as the click is ready. Or no, because he's still there with Liam's body.
Yeah.
Do you see? Do you see what they're capable of? This is why they need to be stopped.
I don't understand. I don't understand what happened.
Liam's dead. Dead.
Why?
As I'm like holding Royce, like
Why?
because of Rose and Lila. They did this. You saw them do this.
All of you did this. All of you started fighting. Why does everybody fight? I don't understand.
I fought to defend myself from Rose.
No, you didn't. You attacked her first.
She attacked me first. At the party? I couldn't let that stand.
But what about when we were friends?
We're still friends.
No, we were
Me
all...
and Ivy are your friends.
I think Max needs to run away.
Okay.
Yeah. My dice are not helping me today.
So much experience.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 plus 2 is 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it -1 because I'm running away from Oliver? Mother.
I don't know if that...
I'm gonna.
'Cause you're
I'm
part
gonna. I would say the condition that you have is going to help trigger the flight or fight as well, because you have the chilled condition.
Yeah.
But he also has complacent condition.
Compliant.
Compliant.
Yeah.
He has compliant,
But I'm also unfaithful.
in this moment, I think chilled is going to trump compliant because it's more recent,
Sure.
and chilled has come in after all of this has happened.
Sure.
Yeah.
I buy that.
Yeah.
But regardless, you get to run into something worse, cause a big scene, or leave something behind.
Ugh. I'm going to leave something behind.
What do you want to leave behind? Well, not want to by way of your character, but by way of your player.
Dignity.
No. I think through all of this, like, Max has just had his fist balled up, by his side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he has, like, clinched them so hard that he hasn't even noticed that, like, he has actually broken off his pinky.
Oh, shit.
And
I love
he's-
that they couldn't even find the whole hand. They had one
Right.
hand that they
Yeah.
sewed a fucking pinky
Right, yeah.
onto.
Yeah. And I think...
Really bad brush crash.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was really bad. And and I think his pinky just falls to the floor as he runs away.
Okay.
Whoa.
But, no,
Is that too much? Yes.
I mean, that's really up to you if you feel like you want to do something that's that extreme. Here's my question, though. By way of how Max's functionality is, he has a nervous system and blood flow and all of that, and it's a live system. So I'm guessing a dismembered finger will probably have blood on it, and he's probably bleeding from where it had been.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's information.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah, for
Run away.
GMing tonight, I'm really indecisive. So, yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun.
Okay.
I want to do it. Okay.
I mean, unless you want to leave something else behind if that's too much, because I can make some
I don't
suggestions.
know. Does it seem like over the top?
It seems
It's a
like,
lot. It's revealing a lot about yourself for a reaction to a 7 and 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
may I make a suggestion and then you can choose?
Yeah.
Remember that during school at a previous point, Max had dealt with being in his darkest self. I imagine there were some papers that he had scribbled on, I'm a monster, I don't belong, and a lot of crazy scribblings and writings, and that perhaps those are still in his school bag, and as he rushes out, a couple of those papers slide to the floor.
Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Which Robert also finds.
Just mind, kill him.
Yes.
Kill the NPC.
Kill him a
I'm
lot.
sorry, Master Meter. I love you. Joey loves you. Oliver wants you dead.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay, so you run away.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, Max runs away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. But he's not leaving Liam.
Yeah. We hear the sirens as the as the ambulance rolls up to the school. Rose and Lila back at Rose's place.
Is,
The afterglow.
The
Is
afterglow.
Lila tending to my wounds with an erotic subtext?
Sure.
Awesome. That gets rid of 2 harm.
Nice.
I imagine probably so, because
Right?
there's probably also trying to make sure that nothing is
Well, I mean,
causing.
she's licking
Right?
your wounds.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally licking your wounds. Tee.
Thanks, guys.
Both the ones that heal and not.
Oh! I didn't want to go there, but you totally
Your
went there.
volume control is really exciting right now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Holy shit.
Classically trained projector. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, a classically trained projector plus a lot of whiskey equals holy shit.
Drinking juice, Shelby.
At least I still have the other eardrum.
Oh my god. So yeah. So it's sorry. It's a little later in the evening. You got, or in the afternoon, I guess, because that was like super early in the morning. So a couple of hours later, lunchtime maybe. What are the two of you doing after the sexy times?
Taking a nap.
Taking right? Yeah.
Maybe
Because
making
fuck everything.
Yeah.
And
one person
Rose.
in particular.
Everything.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's her everything.
Yes. You hear a door shut downstairs,
Okay.
and you hear voices.
Okay.
Nope, taking a nap.
Yeah. Rose is going to go downstairs.
Yeah. Your mom and dad are in the kitchen. They both look very upset. Rose, what are you doing home?
I wasn't feeling very well.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I mean, you
guess-
said that I could sign permission slips with your name so that you didn't have to sign them if you were at work.
Yes, it's fine. We just, we didn't expect you to be home.
I'm sorry. I'll just go up to my room and do my homework then.
That's fine. Would you like some soup?
No, I think I'm okay. I was going to maybe grab a sandwich or two later.
Okay.
Is something wrong?
It's fine, dear. It's everything's fine. Just go study and take a nap, and everything will be fine. Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks. I really appreciate it and your concern. In the middle of the day. Thanks. I'll go back and do my homework. She's 100% not buying this bullshit.
Okay, good, because they're 100% lying. Yeah, super lying.
So it goes up and wakes up Lila.
Yeah.
Lila,
What?
we have to go. My parents are here.
What?
Yeah, I know. My parents are here. I don't know why they're here. They're acting really weird. They want to make me soup. We gotta get out of here.
Soup?
I know.
Out the window?
Out the window.
Let
Can you
me
help me?
let me get dressed.
Right. You shouldn't.
Yeah, probably not. So Lila's gonna get dressed in like a hurry, but try and be as quiet as possible, and she's gonna be listening for sounds in the house.
Okay.
And actually, she's gonna hold on just a second, and she's gonna try and listen at
Yeah.
the door to see if she can catch conversation as to why they're home, because this is super, super weird. And I feel like this you probably want me to actually roll on my heightened senses.
Yeah. What's the?
So it's actually on dark.
Okay.
So and then,
What is? Can you read the move?
yeah, heightened senses. When you rely on your animal instincts to make sense of a charged situation, roll with dark. On a 10 up, ask the MC 3 questions from below and take one forward. On a 7 to 9, ask a question from below and take one forward.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yes!
Nice.
Yeah, so that is an 11. So I get to ask 3 questions and take 1 forward.
I guess I could get it.
But
So-
you need to answer her questions. So maybe
Yeah,
Tabby
I
should
can
get. But
answer.
you have no mic for the people listening at home.
Yeah,
That's true. I would have no mic if I got up to eat pie. That's
yeah.
Oh, we're all askew.
We are the. I'm sorry, pie has ruined everything.
Yes,
You
so
No,
should
the
it
have
pie
hasn't.
and not
Don't
the
you
whiskey.
dare blame the pie.
It's a wonderful day for pie.
How dare you?
All right.
How dare you?
I apologize, pie. I will make it up to you by eating you.
Okay, so the way that I've
yes,
been running
so-
heightened senses has
Uh-huh.
been, it's very limited questions on here, so I've been, if within reason, also
Uh-huh,
kind
yeah.
of playing with them.
Yeah.
I want to know what is the tenor of their discussion?
Uh-huh. It's fine. What is the tenor of their discussion?
Yeah, like
Okay.
sort of like what's the temperament
Uh-huh.
of their discussion?
IB. Sorry, tenor.
That's tenor, yeah.
Nice.
And that also plays into not only hearing it, but like if there's like smells coming off of them, like anxiety, or they came home for some midday screwing, or whatever it is. Do you want me to ask all 3 in a row, or do you want to answer them one by one?
I'll leave that up to you. Would you like an
I kind of want to answer because it may inform my next question.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the tenor is clearly it's worry, anxiety, confusion, but mostly just worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I make out actual snippets of conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know how we'll pay the mortgage. We might have to move. There's nowhere else in town, especially nothing that's paid that well. I don't even know why, and why both of us on the same day. This doesn't make any sense. We don't even have enough money.
Well, I was going to ask who is in control here, but I've already figured that out. I knew you passed a fucking slip of paper at one point.
It was a good idea. I had
Fuck
to.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck you so hard right now.
It was such a good
Oh
idea.
my god.
It was a logical next step.
I'm not sure that I have another question. I think that's kind of answered them.
What are the other questions on the list?
What's my best escape route or way in? Which we're gonna go out the fucking window. There's no other real thing. Which enemy is the most vulnerable to me? But I'm not really listing the enemies right now, and also Oliver's gonna die. What's their secret weakness? Which I think was already answered in the other questions there. Their
What-
secret weakness.
Her parents' secret weakness?
Yeah, which is clearly what's going on right now.
No. Her parents' secret weakness is Rose.
Okay, well then that's my third question, and that's very sad now. So I'm very depressed. Thank you. Those are all of my questions for the situation.
And just to be clear,
You made me her innocence.
Oliver is not the most vulnerable to you.
Oh, I don't think he's the most vulnerable. I just am going to make him suffer.
Yeah. But his dad might be the most vulnerable to you. Just saying.
Well, and also at this point, whenever Rose gets glued in.
Well,
No, that's
let's
the question is...
well let's go through this, guys. Like, give me a chance here. It's obvious as Lila's listening at the door, her expression goes from like confused to like really frazzled to worried, and she kind of keeps like looking over at Rose like, oh shit. Whatever it is you think it is, it's not. We should go right now and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Out the window.
Out the window.
Let's go to my place. My parents aren't going to be home. Although, obviously, the trend today might be that parents come home at weird times, but
That depends what your parents
it
were.
would be for a different reason. They don't fucking work at the studio. Let's go back to my house and I'll tell you what I heard.
Okay.
So, because I think we established that Rose and Lila live relatively close by.
Yeah, because they walk together.
Close enough.
Yeah. So we'll get back to Lila's house, and both of your parents got fired.
What?
They don't know how they're going to be able to stay here or keep the house. They both got fired. And I'm not kinda. I'm really certain why.
That dick.
What
Wait.
the fuck is his problem?
Oh, I think I might know what it is. He might be with that thing. We were doing that ritual and there's a problem
Yeah.
and
You think it...
maybe it's
I mean, it hasn't gone after him, and he's obviously one of the most popular kids at
kids.
school.
yeah. Well, and he can do things like, did you see all those kids?
I just assumed that was the thing doing that was under his control, but he seemed pretty lucid.
Yeah, it's and his group, like the kids who were holding me, they were all glassy-eyed zombies.
I mean, what are we supposed to do with that? Is there do like an exorcism?
I don't know. I wish I did.
I wish I'd punched him harder.
I wish I had too. He deserves it.
Yeah,
I wish I had punched him. Wouldn't have hurt as much.
probably not.
Yeah.
It's one of the only upsides I've got here right now.
Got a lot of upsides. Hey, you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear your parents having a meltdown. It's really fun for me. Look, I know you keep trying to positively reinforce this thing. It's not a lot of fun. Give it a break. But let's figure it out the situation, okay?
Okay, I just need you to not. Okay.
I feel the way I feel about it, okay?
Okay, that's fine. And I feel the way I feel about you. So
Oh.
let's move on and get this shit done. Who do we
It's-
talk to?
I mean, you got the information somewhere before for this ritual.
Well, yeah, I got it from the kid who was Robert.
Does he have more books or info or something?
He did.
Yeah, he has a lot. I mean, you could probably go look through them. I already looked through them. I mean, I have a book
Yeah?
from him. Maybe there's something in it for an exorcism, or how it got into him, how we could banish it or stop
Well,
it.
then
or
we should look
something.
at it right now.
Okay.
Why don't you gaze into the abyss and have a +1 because you're sexed up.
All right.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Did not need it.
Oh,
That's a 14.
I don't like that.
I know, right? Yeah.
Why
yeah.
do you like it? I mean, hooray!
Not only do we split the party, we have turned them against each
I
other.
know, right? Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to save you.
Please save me.
Right? Yeah.
I made a terrible mistake.
It's beautiful, though, and I love it.
Right? I know. I
Yeah.
love where it's going. But
Yeah.
like, also, please
But-
save me.
But it is a really terrible mistake. It's
Yeah.
true.
I want to be back for season 2.
Right, yeah.
Mistake.
You open the book and you start flipping through it, and a lot of it is making more sense to you now than it usually does, and part of it, like, you can tell one of the it's just like when you started like rubbing Robert's back and he started to feel more power. You can tell that the fact that you are still high off of that amazing sex with Lila, like, that has made this easier to understand. Like, it's made you clearer. And you can feel like Onska is very, like, satisfied right now. She's just kind of that general, feeling, inside your brain. And you find a couple of rituals that seem promising. One is to summon a guardian. You find a ritual to utterly destroy all enemies.
Wow.
So, what other playbooks have you been interested in?
You find you find a ritual to
I should write all these down.
yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
You find one to banish an influence, but like as soon as you see it, you're like, your first thought is like, oh, banish an influence. This is awesome. But then it's like, nah, just move on. Just move on. That's not it. That's not it. Keep going. And if you erase that, you will get an experience point. If you erase that from what you just read down.
I'll take that experience.
Oh.
Yeah. You
that
don't
gives an advantage.
You don't need that one. You should have more sex instead. Yeah. So we don't need that
So,
one.
summon a guardian.
Yeah, or destroy all your enemies. Either one, like both.
Is there any
really good.
punchy ones?
Any punchy ones?
I
I
assume
remember
a-
like punch your enemy.
A guardian would get a punchy.
There is a ritual to transform yourself into avatar of the demon horde. So
Transform self.
So the demon horde of Onska will be what, a prostitution whores?
It's a literal entire cat house.
Let's get them, girls!
It's the building and everything.
Yeah. Then it goes to the doctor. It's like,
Oh my god! It's the cat house
It's
from
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. It's
Yeah.
Dante's Inferno!
That's exactly what I was going
Oh
for.
my god!
You're welcome.
Bless you, Mac.
and
Yeah.
two,
Thank you for getting that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I was just waiting to see if somebody was picking up what I was laying down.
Oh yeah, I'm spelling you're stepping in.
horde. Sorry, I'm going to spell horde with a W.
Terrible.
I'm going to spell horde with a W.
With the W.
Yes.
Yeah. Horde.
Horde.
You're in the demon horde.
We're the demon herd.
You prostitution horses.
See, I was going maybe a little more Swedish. We are the horde.
We are the demon horde.
So several useful things. Some of them easier to accomplish than others. The summon guardian one is actually like pretty simple, pretty easy. The destroy all your enemies, super complicated, like some really heavy dark magic, like harder than the one that you guys tried to do at the barbecue.
Right.
So hard.
So hard. Yeah.
Robbing, banging hard.
Yes, right.
Turgid.
It's not the pleats.
Yes.
Oh god, that's so good.
Running gag.
Oh, that's what my excitable condition was.
Yeah, it's
The
not the
pleats.
pleats.
Yeah.
Hi, it was my fault.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Me and the Speedo.
Yeah, I feel like that one could probably go away. Actually, now that I remember what that one was
Probably.
for.
I think
It's,
you've had sex with
I
me
think-
since then, so
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, just got sidetracked. Just that suddenly reminded me. Oh yeah, that's why I'm excitable. Yeah. So like destroy all your enemies. Like that's going to be a really difficult, complicated spell. It's going to require a lot of power, lots of sex happening, lots of different materials, a lot of time, etc. So the Summon Guardian one, pretty simple and straightforward. Could probably be done in about an hour or so.
Transform into the form of Demon's Hooer.
That's a little more complicated. That's probably going to be like several hours, but it only needs you, and then there's a bunch of materials to do and some ritual.
Yeah,
to learn.
and some
Materials to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tee-hee. Yeah. Some alone time.
Wink.
Or other.
It's like a
kind.
belt sender.
Ah! But for why?
Oh god. Oh god. So you broke Joe.
Oh, why?
Because I'm a terrible human being.
Yes, but
Yeah.
also I adore you.
So you've got some options.
Okay.
What is Oliver doing?
So, at this point, I would have. Well, what is happening with Liam's body? Have they taken it? Like, what is happening with
Yeah.
Royce? What is happening with that whole situation?
So they called the paramedics. They took him in, but took Royce with him. But it's.
Sorry, just a quick question about Liam. Is he frozen?
But the stream has not cut out, guys.
Sorry, yes, the GM is just
The
calculating.
GM is frozen.
Yes.
Control Alt Delete. Reboot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, we have to reboot the GM. Give us just a
No,
second.
thank you. That's a really good question.
Have you tried turning him off and on again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh, my.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Drink your juice, Shelby.
My juice is empty, and that's a good thing.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Wow, look how much we drank.
We did drink a lot of whiskey. That was mostly you two. I had a little bit.
Well, to be fair, in this scenario, we should be drinking the most whiskey.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's not a competition, children.
No, it's not.
I'm going to leave that question unanswered for right now, just because I kind of want to think about the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe Mac and I can figure out what makes the most sense.
You guys want
before
to
next
caucus
time.
real quick? Because it could affect how Oliver feels about what's happening.
Caucus.
No, I think that's okay to leave until next episode.
Everything is so stressful right now. I don't know that anybody is checking for that at this moment.
Right? Yeah. He was. I mean, he was definitely still, and all of you were a little cold while that was all going down.
Do I still feel cold?
You don't.
Okay.
No. Yeah. No, and neither do the rest of your clique.
Okay.
Yeah.
But all the other peons in the classroom were feeling cold.
But we see Royce in the back of the ambulance, just sort of like collapsed over Liam's body.
I'm gonna go up to him and again embrace him. Like, if you need anything, let me know.
And he just kind of like
Please
nods.
call
He's
me.
like, yeah, he's just crying.
I'll be there once school's out. I promise.
Young man, you need to leave. We have to leave now.
He was one of my best friends and the brother of one of my best friends. You will give me a minute.
I understand that, but we need to get him to the hospital if there's anything that can be done for him.
Eyes to Royce. Call me.
Yeah. And he can just barely see through his tears. And,
Okay.
And then they very forcefully push you out, get you out of the ambulance, and
It's not acceptable.
sirens away.
But he's an adult to let it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oliver is going to assess the situation. Because clearly Rose is at fault for this.
Sure, if you
Really?
want to think that.
That's what Oliver's going to think. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a thought, but it means me taking narrative control, and it also means that I'm going to wait because it feels like the end of an episode.
Yeah, it is pretty much the end of an episode. Do you want to
Do you
finish
mind?
it? Nope. No. I trust you.
As the ambulance rolls away, and as Royce lies over the corpse of Liam's limbs start to pull up, shaking, and stop frozen, as if dying in terror.
Yes. Ooh, little shells. Yes. That's what happens.
Ruh-roh.
Beautiful.
Can Oliver gaze into the abyss just to see if he's finally put any of this shit together?
I think that's something to save for the top of the next episode.
Okay.
I think so. I think so.
As the recapper, I'll make sure it happens at the top of the episode.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. We will
You're
pick up
terrible
there.
human beings. Fantastic GMs,
So
but terrible
good,
human
so
beings.
good. Oh, I love GM
Wow.
with you.
A lot of stuff happened.
I know.
So much.
So much.
I am so sorry for the recap that's going to come at you tomorrow. No, tomorrow I mean 2 weeks from now.
Right.
Because that's when the next recap's going to happen.
Tomorrow, 2 weeks.
Yeah, tomorrow, 2 weeks.
So tomorrow is when we're probably write the recap.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
wait, can we play tomorrow? That's cool, right?
I actually can't. I don't know, my man. But
yeah.
Wednesday we can play.
No, we can't because I got a show here on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
you
yeah!
have to
Oh,
do
that's
that.
what shit we're doing.
what
Yeah.
show are you doing on
I
Wednesday?
am. It is the beginning of Vault 818.
That's
I'm
right.
So
Yes.
jealous.
The very exciting
Oh my God.
apocalypse world in the Fallout setting game
Oh.
that Jason is running.
Yeah.
I want to play the
it's
game
gonna be-
just runs so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so Jason running. You're playing. Who else is in it?
Jay
Abria's
is in it.
isn't
No, Abria's
Oh.
not in it.
Oh, okay.
Jay is in it. Kimmy is in it, and I believe
Yeah.
Claire's in it.
Claire. Okay.
Clara.
Clara.
Oh, Clara.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know Clara was in it.
yeah.
I love Clara.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
Clara.
did a one shot with her
Yeah.
a couple of.
She's lovely.
years ago. Yeah. she
If you're
was
watching, I adore you.
Yeah, and I didn't screw up your name on purpose.
awesome. Yay. Cool.
I mean, I did, because to be funny.
Anything else you're doing right now?
Just on the podcast on a bi-weekly basis. So
Nice.
usually,
Okay.
whenever there's a Monsterhearts game, I'm on the podcast the Friday before.
I think I'm on next with you again after con.
Awesome.
You guys keep getting on together, and I never get to get on with either of you.
Well, you get to get on with him.
Meta. So meta.
Mac, talk about things.
I talk about things, Mac, while Joey blushes.
I have not one, but 2 space games coming up. So
Yes.
unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at character creation for
Oh.
second.
And I'm
season.
still not have not given you for that because it was a really good character.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
really good character creation
Yeah,
episode.
unfortunately, I wasn't able to make circumstances
Yeah.
outside of my control. But I will be joining next week on the new Star Trek show that Dave is running here with for Madam Mondays.
Yeah, we're actually not playing next week.
Or
So
when
So
it
should we
happens.
play
3
next week?
3 weeks from now.
All right. Well, when it. All right, calm down, children. There's protocols that have to be gone through, but also I want to play next week.
Hashtag Kimmy. Next week.
Yeah, we'll figure shit out. But
Well,
when that happens, I will be playing in that game.
Yeah.
But I am also going to be starting on Star Squad Alpha, which is the next of the 12-sided stories games that we're playing.
If you guys haven't listened, listen to
So
the
good.
London one.
Otherworld
London.
London.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
we
much.
just wrapped our
I
first
just
season.
listened to the final episode today at work.
Yeah, that was my solo
So
episode.
good. It was so good.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really.
so sorry. It is so good.
No, it's.
No.
It totally worked
I
out the way
apologize to
that
your
it should.
character, not to the player.
No, and I wanted to play a really fucked up character in that,
she's
and it's
lovely.
worked out. She's basically shut up.
You want to play a fucked up
Shut
character?
up! Shut up! She's basically my Southern Vanessa Ives.
It's so good, guys. Trust me. Go for it. Live it. Love it. It's awesome.
It's highly produced. It's got sound effects and music, and the Otises, Michelle and Wes, put a lot of work and effort in,
Yeah.
as do the other players. We have Terry, Kelsey, and Michelle is also
And
a
Terry's
player.
going to be on Second Star?
Second Star
Yeah.
as well,
She
right?
is.
Mhm. So-
And Terry is amazing. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
fun.
get 2 space games, and I can't wait for everybody to find out about my character for Star Squad Alpha because it's interesting. I picked a very challenging thing, and then what I'm doing for Second Star is going to be really interesting too.
I know. I'm really excited about Second Star because Mac and Adam actually get to like interact our characters with each other. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, yeah. My characters. I was like, "What's the weirdest combination I could come up with?"
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Y'all will see when we actually play the game.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. Joey,
I unfortunately have nothing going on except for this as far as streaming goes, except for my home games, because caroling season, because I need to make that money. But hopefully, past caroling season, I'll be in other games soon, so stay tuned.
Yay. And I am here and every Monday for this and for Second Star. I'm so excited about Second Star. And catch me sometime this coming weekend if you're at Strategicon.
Oh yeah, we'll be at
Joey and
Strategicon.
I will be at
there.
Strategicon.
Yeah.
You'll be there too?
I will, yes.
Taffy will be there. Are you going to
No,
be there? No?
unless something
okay.
drastically changes that I'm not expecting.
Okay.
Boo.
I've never been. I want to go.
It's great. It'll so much fun.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah, so come out and see us Friday night. We'll be doing the live. Happy
Saturday
Jacks-
night.
Saturday night?
Saturday night,
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Saturday night, 8 o'clock Pacific, the live Happy Jacks podcast from Strategicon.
Where we talk about
Yeah.
all the games
Yeah.
played over the weekend,
Yeah.
and it's super awesome.
It should.
and really drunk.
It's the drinkiest cast.
Right?
Right?
It's
Yes.
amazing! Plus Malort, maybe. Hopefully not. No Malort. Don't bring us Malort. No! No!
Abort on Malort.
Abort Malort.
Malort.
I tried it. It's awful. It's awful.
I know, I've had Malort.
I know.
So I
It's
think
just so
it's
funny. I'll do a shot if I can make somebody else do a shot because that's a small price to pay for the Spider in one
Okay.
day.
See, that's
That-
the kind
that
of
right
shit I
there.
do too.
Folks
though.
at
I get
home,
the exact same thing.
Oliver is not evil. That is evil.
This is why we get along, is because I will do horrible things that don't benefit myself to do horrible things to other people. And I've never had Malort for the record, but I would totally try it to
Woof.
fuck with somebody else.
yes. Yeah. So I think it's time to abort on Monsterhearts. Sorry, I started with terrible wordplay. I end with terrible wordplay.
Consistency is key.
Right? Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Carefree High, and we will see you back here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Enjoy, and bye-bye. And Gina, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes,
Bye.
we will
Hope
see
you're-
you.
Okay, bye.
Ciao. Close it all out.
Yeah.